forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Hello, good evening. Here we are in the throes of autumn. Oh, can't be autumn yet, can it? It's not far away though, is it? It's only a few weeks' time, but we always have to be a little bit ahead of the game, don't we, in the jewellery making world, because it takes a little while to make such wonders. I think I'm blending in quite nicely to the old autumn wedding fair theme. How are you? Anyway, it's nice to have your company. I've not seen you since Thursday afternoon, was it? Wednesday afternoon, was it? I don't know. We don't talk about it anymore. It was a bit of a show. I did keep my promise, though, for anyone that was there. That's all I can tell you. What can I tell you about tonight? Oh, my crikey, we're going to have some fun. Because Leah's behind camera too, and you know what that means? Naughty Leah. She's got that little... Sometimes it's just a glint in the corner of her eye that I catch in the corner of my eye, and that's it. We're both gone. We're both gone. Up in the TARDIS tonight, we have got, who have we got? We got young Mr. Phil on the left-hand side there in his colourful shirt, as always. And there is Director Mike on the right there, on the master mixer. Down the tunnel of love, although she may be somewhere else at the moment, is our lovely Sam tonight. And with me, oh, I tell you what, the one and the only, it's Jill the Seed Bead Hunter. Here she is. How are you, my lovely?
I'm alright, thank you.
Jill the Seed Bead Hunter. What do you think about that for a new name?
I like that.
It's all right, isn't it?
It's
It's
good.
intrepid. It's go-getting. You've got some amazing pieces to come tonight?
Yes.
As ever. In fact, shall we have a little look straight away? Because, you know, it's a real treat. And keep your eye on the necklace on the... That's the one. That's the one, because that is kit number 1, and you might just want to get your first dibs on kit number 1 right now. Right now, because we are opening it up for pre-order. Here is kit number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tubes of seed beads. A magnetic clasp. There are sew-on Swarovskis. There are... everything is going on here. And some pearls as well. The code is... TZGC46 is called Blushing Bride, and it is going under £30. So if you want to start pre-ordering, you want to go and have a look at the list and see what's there, it's brilliant. You've got 8Os, 11Os, 15Os, it's all going on in there, and some beautiful pearls as well, and some lovely Swarovski, and a magnetic clasp. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right now, star buys in the first hour. Star buys in the first hour. We have got some rice pearls coming up for you because, of course, it is bridal weekend. It is, what are we calling it? Autumn Wedding Fair, that's it. Autumn Wedding Fair weekend. Get that into your head, Derek, if you can. Thank you very much. Yeah, so your rice pearls coming up at 6:30 are your star buy. 5x7mm up to 6x8, 40 centimetre strand. We have such a ridiculously low price. You will want to get your hands on those. You will, absolutely. And I've got some shaded emerald coming up towards the end of the hour, around about 10 to 7, something like that. I did a bit of dancing there as it's Saturday night. So 10 to 7 or so, 50 carats of shaded emerald. Again, another ridiculous price, but not as much stock going on in that one. And one more thing I must just quickly show you, because Phil just wafted it in front of my face. So I'll show you right now, and I'll tell you what, let's play it right now, shall we? Let's do it. Not that we play, we take everything very, very seriously here. As you've seen any of my shows, we take everything very, very seriously here. But this is Mookaite from Australia, and it is a big quantity of Mookaite as well, as you can see. That is going to make one statement piece of jewellery, or many beautiful centrepiece pendants. In fact, if I just pop that on there for a second, look at this. 700 carats! 700 carats, Jill. That needs, one of those needs a seed bead cuddle, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on this strand. No, yes, 1995, but there are only 8 strands. Sorry, folks. You know what happens with Mookaite? It always goes a little bit crazy. What amazing colours. There is something about this. And let me tell you, I have been filming fashion for another channel this week, and if you're thinking autumn winter colours, lovely plums and burgundies are going to be very, very hot this autumn winter. And actually, if you think of the colour palettes that we wear in autumn and winter, this would be perfect for that wedding brooch or the corsage or whatever you want it to be. But again, it's an all year round gemstone, a bit of an evergreen, isn't it? It is the first 6 people to get to it, I'm afraid. Kerry or Seri in Greater London. Make sure you check that straight out, or I don't want you to miss it. Collector in Kent, well done, you've got yours. Collector in Nottinghamshire, you've got yours. Well done. Beverley in London, you've got yours. Now just 5 chances at £19.95. That works out to £2 per humongous Mookaite. They are superb, and the great thing is everyone is completely and utterly individual. Some will have this lovely sort of chocolatey, caramelly kind of lattice going through it. It's beautiful. And some of them are more of like a jasper tone. I love almost like honeycomb colours. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, listen, do you know the one thing I've got to tell you is how to get in touch tonight. If you want to get in touch with the show, if you've got any questions for Jill, you've got anything you want to say, Saturday night. We're not absolutely wedding, by the way. I know this is wedding fair, but it's not going to be exclusively. We'll still have our great mix of gemstones and everything else. So here is how you get in touch. You just text in to 60777 and make sure you start your message with the word JM Studio. Or if you're watching on the web, somewhere over there, I think, there's a little box where you can message the studio. It might be down there, it might be over there, it might be over there. I don't know. Oh, it could be up there, or up there, or down there. Down there. We've decided it's down there. If you're watching on the web, you can message me down there on the website. One last one then. Well done, congratulations. Sold out and gone at £19.95. Felt like a real auctioneer there. Hammer, and that's gone. There you go. Homes under that. We were talking about Homes Under the Hammer earlier, weren't we, Jill?
Yeah.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
Big fan of Homes Under the Hammer.
Big fan of Homes Under the Hammer. Got to be done, hasn't it? Got to be done. Favourite daytime television? Make some recommendations to us, because we want to move. Well, you know, other than you got to have a little break every now and again. Obviously, Jewellery Maker most of the time. But other than that, if you're having a day off from JM, favourite daytime television? Let me know. Right, some light amethyst in some big, beautiful. I wouldn't call this light amethyst, to be honest with you. Look at the look at the shades of this. Is actually quite bold. Do you not agree? They are fabulous. Natural amethyst. Last 20 of these on and gone. Oh, wowzers. Look at the surface lustre as well. No. For one nugget, yeah, but for the whole strand, £8.95. Can you, Adam and Eve it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. That would make it, hang on, don't tell me, Phil, that's about 40 pence per stone. If you were, Jill, we were talking earlier about, you know, there are shows around the country, we'd never pretend that there aren't, like gem fairs and bead fairs and things like that that dot themselves around the country. If you're looking at one nugget of amethyst sometimes, I mean, you're talking a few pounds per nugget, aren't you sometimes, Jill?
Yeah, the prices are crazy.
Yum, 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 yum.
Crazy
and you can have the whole,
expensive.
yeah, well, aren't you just glad you discovered us, hey?
I know.
And aren't we glad we discovered you as well? What would we do without you now, Jill? We'd be lost.
There'd be no seed bead flowers.
There'd be no seed bead flowers. There'd be no amazing inspiration. I love your work. It's so gorgeous. It really is. It's always so serene. It's always so perfect for the occasion. And you always, always manage to simplify it for us so we can do it as well. That's the thing, isn't it, really? Because seed beading can be scary, can't it? It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, once you broke it down, it's not scary at all.
No. We can do it. £8.95. We only have around about 20 strands of this. 15. 15 available. That's it. That's it. 0800 644 655 is your telephone number. Do you know, I was wide awake at 10 to 7 this morning. I was sat in the garden at 7 o'clock this morning thinking, why am I sat in the garden wide awake at 7 o'clock in the morning? It's a nice time of day to see the day, but you know when you're thinking, I could really do with still being asleep now. And here I am sat in the garden with a cup of tea, listening to the birds. Not good. Although it's a good time of the day to be up and about, isn't it? Very good. As my mum says whenever she comes to stay, because, you know, we don't surface usually until about 10, half 10, there might be some movement, do you know what I mean? And she says, oh, I don't know how you sleep so long, half the day's gone by the time you've got up. My absolute favourite daytime TV, she does sound like that as well. My absolute favourite daytime TV has to be JM. Do I win a free strand? Giggle, says Sue. Do you, Sue? Well, that is the question. We'll leave that in the air. It would be nice though, wouldn't it? £8.95 for this. Well done, congratulations. Well done. Oh no, that doesn't come from there, that came from over there, didn't it? 15, I remember. What are we doing next, Philip? Yay, good. Good, 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 good. Followed by the flower. My favourite whenever I'm here. I can't believe we still have any of these left. This is like a Japanese maple or an acer leaf. Gorgeous. How many we got, Phil? 20 available. I have helped you to buy hundreds of these over the last few weeks, and now we are at the end of our stock. And obviously something like this takes a while to replenish because it's not, you know, it's not, we don't just write a quantity in an order form and say, more of those, thank you. No, they don't grow on trees. Absolutely they don't. I've got some little flowers as well to come. Got some little flowers to come as well in green aventurine, so don't go far. Aren't these beautiful? Now you were looking for leaves earlier for your corsage, weren't you, Jill?
I was, they'd be perfect.
They'd be absolutely perfect, wouldn't they? You've used some fabric leaves, but you could have had a few of these, couldn't you? Around that corsage.
Yeah, they would go lovely.
They're nice. They're really nice, and they're not too weighty either. Have a look at the corsage that Jill's made for later. This is a second kit. That is the second kit. Yes, it is the second kit. Of course it is, Derek. Never doubt yourself. You're always right, ish. I love that. So that's coming up a little bit later on. £4.95. But the problem with this, folks, is the quantity. It is so ridiculously low on this. So if you want it, grab it now. Wire wrap it. I think I made a couple of suggestions before about maybe following the veins in the leaf with some copper wire as well. So you could pick out that veining, especially for autumn. That would be amazing. It's a really, really good size as well. Beautifully crafted, beautifully sculpted, and you've got the little leaf veins all carved into it too. How long would that take you to carve? Ooh, it would be a while, wouldn't it? Even if it was wax, do you know what I mean? How long do you think it would take to carve? Quite a while, I'm thinking. Simone on the Isle of Man. Hello, Simone. Nice to have you there. Great to see you, Derek. Love the humour and happy to watch any of your presenter performances on any channel. Performances? Performances. I think I know what you mean. Bless you. Yes, I'm just a character, really. My real name's Bob Simpkins. It's not really. That comment was for entertainment purposes only. It's my real name. I haven't actually got a stage name. The thing is, I got into television so late that I never thought about the first time I was on telly. I could have called myself something exotic. And you know, because Derek, you know, no disrespect to any Dereks that are watching right now, and not exactly the most enigmatic name in the world, is it? Hi, can I have a little look at Jill's amazing designs, please? Says Sharon in Essex. Yes, Sharon, your wishes are command. Here they are. Now, are we doing flower identification, Jill, tonight as well? Do you know? Are you a flower person?
I do grow orchids.
Oh, do you? So the one on the right, the one closest to me, that's an orchid, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic.
And the rest are just made up, so
And the rest are
yeah, they could be
flowers.
anything.
That's gorgeous, though, isn't it? They are lovely. That's almost a little poppy, isn't it, at the bottom one, isn't it? A little bit, almost a little bit poppy because they're larger petals. I grow Californian poppies and I love them. Oh, I love them, absolutely love them. All orange and beautiful. And I've got a Venus flytrap, but that's another story. Right, let's do. Oh, we're not doing the flower. No, okay, we'll do it a bit later. Bit later. Bit later. 24, did you say? Yes. This, and I said this to Phil today. Actually, a couple of people were requesting some skulls, even on a bridal weekend, because you know not everyone is a pearly pink wedding. Some people like a purple and black wedding. And I've got some skull spacer beads, but not just one. Usually when we have a skull charm, you'll buy one on its own, won't you? Here we've got spacer beads, and there are 5, all in sterling silver. 5 skulls in a row. And if oh yeah, you can see it there better. You can see the size of the aperture going through. And that's got to be a good 4 or 5 mil across. Or did they all just fall over by themselves? Oh, that's spooky, isn't it? How spooky is that? I didn't do anything, did I, Leah? And they all just fell over. 4 of the 5 just went. Ooh. And the thing is, they were all stood up straight. And no hands at all. Right, keep an eye on them, would you? In case they go wandering again. Over a gram each, these. Jeepers, that's good. That really is good, because actually trying to find more than one identical motif like this is really, really difficult, isn't it? Unless you buy 5 units of those bigger charms. This is brilliant. £20.95. Oh. Say again. Dirk Thrust. Someone's come up with a stage name for me. Thrust. That's a bit physical, isn't it? Dirk Thrust. Any other suggestions? You've got to think about the variety of things that I do on telly as well. Let's see if we can work out a stage name. All options considered. Keep it clean though, obviously. Katie Reed, hello my darling. Supersonic Katie Reed, who's with me in this studio at the same time tomorrow night. She's got these. Oh, what are you doing with them, Katie? I want to know, being nosy. Let me know. Well, you know, if one of our guest designers is buying them, you know it's an amazing deal that's difficult to find. See, they're all standing up again now. This is spooky, Phil. Why did 4 of them fall over? Why is that, I wonder? Kim's in Tyne and Wear, Claire in Suffolk, well done. Supersonic Katie Reed, Catherine in West Yorkshire. Ooh, driving through West Yorkshire was fun today, let me tell you, with the old Leeds Festival going on. Whew, trying to get past it. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. It's a good weekend though, isn't it? Weather-wise, for once, it's actually quite a nice weekend. I mean, I came in, it's like the Bahamas in this building, isn't it, Jill, today?
It's hot in here.
It's not in here, because we've now got the aircon on, so we're all right, sort of, aren't we, ish?
Yes.
Let me know if it gets cold. But in the building here, I mean, I always call Ivy House the hot cold building, because you walk down a corridor and you go hot, cold, hotter. It's strange how many times the temperatures change. If you've ever been to Ivy House, you know exactly why. I don't know why. So let's do a chain now, for a change. Yes, if you've got the skull motifs. Oh, it's a slider as well. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Could I grab a bust quickly, someone, please? What are you giggling at? Thank you, Leah. And a fine bust it is too. It's a bit wonky though, Leah, that bust, isn't it? Bit of a wonky one, that one, isn't it? It's all right. I know how to fix these things. I've been in this business for years, you know. I've fixed it. It's all right, Leah. I've fixed it. I tell you what we'll do with this one afterwards, though, is what I do with all the ones that are on their way out. We finish them off. So this will be the last time you see this bust. Right, okay. So this is a slider chain. It's magic because look, I can make it shorter and then look, oh no, sorry, that didn't quite work, did it? It needs to be a felty bust to do that. But anyway, look, I've shortened it and no hands, and I can make it longer again and still no hands again. How good is that? So it starts off at 45 centimetres. What's that in real money? 17 3/4 inches. But then I can make it, watch. Then I can make it 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. I could make it into a choker if I wanted to. And the excess you can have around the front like a lariat style if you wanted to, just hanging down. Or if you're wearing backless, strapless halter neck, that kind of thing, you can have the excess just dangling down there at the back. You can still open and close it. You know, you've seen one of these chains before, haven't you? They're really good. And they've got my favourite word in there. In there, there's a grommet made of silicon. A silicon grommet. £7.95. I will put one of those skull charms in there because I know people are thinking, how are those skull charms going to look on one of those, Derek? Well, I will show you. Let's just hope I can get one on now. Yes, I can, because one end, can you see that end of the chain? It's got a tiny, doodah. Tiny, oh, I don't know what to call it. And I'll only call it the wrong thing, so I just won't call it anything. Because, yes, Mike, yes, loop is a contender. So, there you go. So there's with one of the skulls on it. Perfect, isn't it? Oh, Supersonic Katie Reed's getting one of these chains as well to go with the charms, I'm sure, maybe. That's really, really nice, actually. I'm going to leave that on. I'm going to leave that on and make it full length for you. 17 3/4 inches. Doodah. Doodah. What shall I call the doodah? I just don't know. Someone said I should be called the Bejewelled Cruiser. Oh, I like that, yes, because if you think about all the different things that I talk about on telly, shoes, cruise holidays, just to clarify, fashion, general product, jewellery, and fabric and sewing things. So there's got to be a name that sort of encompasses. I should have changed it years ago, shouldn't I, really? To something a bit more showbiz. Do you know what I mean? Was it? Oh. Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that, Phil. No, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Phil's just telling me about everybody here now that's got different names to their actual name. I'm not saying it because that's their business. But what? No, I'm not saying that. Definitely not. I'd run the risk of extreme pain being inflicted on me if I said that. Right, we're done with that chain, aren't we? Sorry, I'm miles away. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know where to put all these things back, Phil. That's the thing. 8, 24. It's like bingo, this. There's nothing in number 9. It must be over here. Oh, yes, there is. Sorry. Yes, there is. Oh, another chain. Oh, it's a massaging chain. Listen. Ooh, just lie back. Ooh. Oh, bit lower. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yes. Oh, nice little rub down from the neck down. There you go. Don't you just love the way the light rivers from this chain? Beautiful. Shall I put a skull on that one as well? I could do. 24. I could do. Beautiful. I'd love this chain actually. It's very lustrous. Very lustrous. $4.95. Grab it quickly. What's the grammage, Phil? 2.2? Naughty. Oh, now I can't put a skull on this one because the doodah won't go through the doodah. But that's good to know. Jump ring in the middle. No problem. No problem that cannot be fixed by a jewellery maker. Now, what do we do with these when they're no good anymore? That's what we do with those things when they're no good anymore. And we order some more. Oh, honestly, I went through too much of that at another channel, trying to keep repairing the darn things. Tread on it, Leah. Tread on it and decommission it. Look at the luster. Yeah, do it. Do it. Go on, stamp on it. Go on. Take all of your. Go on, stamp on it. Go on then. Yay! Isn't that a good feeling? Isn't that a good feeling? Now we'll never see it on air again. That's the kind of thing you need to do every now and again, Jill, isn't it? Oh, now we're looking at the wrong chain there. Yes, we're looking. This is more of a boxy look, actually. He was too shocked by what he saw in the studio, or the violence against innocent busts. And Leah, of all people, honestly, that's fine. It's all right. It was authorised by me. You can take it out of my 2 and 6pence. Right, are we done with that? Oh, it went. That will be why. If there's no more left, Eric, that's it. We have to move on. Can I just say 2 things that I forgot on Wednesday? Well, not that. One that I forgot on Wednesday. Sally, I completely forgot to say many happy returns on Wednesday, because Wednesday's show was... well, I would suggest, you know, if you've got a spare minute or two, go and have a look at Wednesday's mid-show. And you'll understand why we were a little sidetracked on Wednesday. It was one of those. It was a laugh fest, I'm afraid. It was very funny, though. And the second thing I have to say this evening is, Barbara in California, if you're watching, thank you so much for your lovely email. Bless you. All the way from America. Bless you. You're very kind. And hopefully I answered your question. Look at this, lovely, lovely lattice work pendant. How beautiful is this? It is miss it, miss out right now, so be quick, be quick. It's got a nice big bail, bail even. Big what? Big bail. $8.95. That's good actually, and, excuse me. I was just thinking from a distance, how, yeah. Oh, not closely. Oh, no. No, need the gardeners in. $8.95. Yeah. No. I'm not doing any more shaving things for charity, Phil. Oh, no. I braved the shave last year. It took 3 months to recover. Actually, let me just whiz that round the other way as well. Let's see if we have a different look from the other side. Beautiful. And don't be bringing waxing strips anywhere near me either. Ooh, I'm like one of the Gibraltar monkeys. Whew. No. $8.95. And we don't have many of these. Hello, Irene in Bristol. Good evening to you. Hello, Dahlia in Avon. Beautiful. Right, there's a really weird conversation going on in the gallery right now. Thank you, Derek. Celebrations are continuing this weekend. I should hope so, Sally, as well. I should hope there's a celebration with a big capital G at the beginning. Where have you been drinking this afternoon, says Suzanne. Oh, what have you been drinking this afternoon? Well, only the product of a well-known coffee shop. And look, even today they couldn't get my name right, look. Honestly, I try and try. It's the easiest name, isn't it? Today, Derek. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm not sure if the first 2 are like Egyptian hieroglyphics. The first 2 look like, don't they? It could almost be Parik, couldn't it? I'm sure they do it to me deliberately. All the same. Always the same. I don't know why they bother asking half the time. Crazy. Thing is, they want £3 at the end of it to get your name wrong, Jill.
Did they want that before? Not before they even try and attempt to spell your name.
I know. I think it's part of the service though. It's like a service charge. Do you know what I mean? To write your name on the cup. Number 1 now. New moonstone. When is the new moon? Can't be far away, can it? Feels like a full moon. Every time I come in here, it feels like a full moon. Craziness. And I love it. I love every minute of it. We got another late show tomorrow night as well, which is brilliant. Love it. 2 in a row. Just my time of day. So, brand new 310 carats of moonstone. I've forgotten to show you all my star buys. I'm about to almost give away some rice pearls, by the way. I mean, I'm not going to give them away. There will be a price, but the price tag is so minuscule, you'll be hop, skipping and leaping and jumping over each other to get them. And to open your order, how about a mega strand of moonstone chips, nuggets. £3.95 to you, madam and sir. I know. Come on then, let's get these checked out quickly, quickly, quickly. Do we have lots of them, Phil? Marvellous. Derek. He's calling me Derek now. Oh, no, 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 that's it. We've started something now. How about everything? Eric, Jerry. Oh, yeah. Kevin once. Kevin.
You could try out your new stage name.
I could, yeah, couldn't I? Yeah,
See
I
what
should.
it sounds like when they shout it out.
I should give them both names, shouldn't I? Yes. It's Morris Ford Jr. Oh, I need a new stage name, everyone. Let's think of some. Let's think of some. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually, Phil. Phil says, yeah, it's a shame that Tom Cruise is already taken. Yeah. Because I'm short as well. That would almost work, wouldn't it? How tall is he? Or how short is he, should I say? 5'5". That would make him taller than me. Can you believe that? 1.70 m. Well, a metre is... Oh, that's no good in inches, is it? I can't do feet to inches. 5'5". Leah, you were right. How do you know how tall Tom Cruise is? How do you know that kind of thing? Wow, you're on my pub quiz team. How do you carry around those kind of things? 5'5". I'm 5'3" and 3/4. The 3/4 being the most crucial. £3.95. Well done, Kim in Tyne and Wear. Congratulations, Collector in Bridgend. Collector Catherine in Staffordshire. Pip in Derbyshire. Claudia in Devon. Maggie in Surrey, and Marie, or is it Mari, in Greater London. Hello, 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 hello. Nice to have your company. We're about to do these rice pearls next as a star buy, by the way, and they are awesome, awesome, awesome. And the price tag, honestly, is awfully close to a giveaway, and they will be on and gone. It's ridiculous, and it's one of these. Phil's just made another suggestion, my stage name, combining one of your earlier ideas as well, Derek Thrust, which I thought sounded a bit like a tablet. For what? Don't know, and I wouldn't even like to even think about it. I'll leave that to your own imagination. Anyway, freshwater pearls now, rice beads. Now, are the Webbers seeing the price already, Phil? The Webbers cannot see the price yet, but the price tag of these pearls is ridiculously low for a strand of pearls. Again, we talk about this all the time. I know we see pearls quite often here at JM. With it being a bridal weekend, it's the perfect time to enjoy pearls. Look at the uniformity of each one of these rice beads. Totally natural, as Mother Nature. Well, we helped Mother Nature along, but she still produced. Because of course they'll introduce the little irritant, the grain of sand or whatever that the oyster or the mollusk will, a bit like an itch that they try and scratch. by covering it in nacre. I love that word, don't you? Nacre. I hear people say it in so many different ways as well. It's a bit like a Tila, Tyler, Tiller. Oh, where are you on that, by the way? We spent the whole show talking about this the other day. You know when you get a Tila bead, seed bead, Jill?
I go for Tyler.
Tyler. That was the winning conclusion from Wednesday. Because I wanted it to be Tila, because it sounded a bit more exotic as opposed to Tyler, which is a bit like, you know, with the best will in the world, it's the person that comes and does a bit of work in the bathroom, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Never thought of it like that, but,
no, but
I'm going to now.
But they are tiles and they do tessellate, don't they? So Tyler, we have decided. We even converted Mark Smith. I know. Because he was a Tila tequila. Oh no, it wasn't. He was a Tiller, and then he search engined it and changed himself to a Tila tequila. And now I think he has to stick with our conclusion, which is Tyler. $5.95. You see what I mean? That's lower than we were meant to go, Phil, as well. That's lower than it says here on my doodah. $5.95, because the star buys, I know roughly where they're going, so I can give you an indication and as many clues as I can. But this is very, very naughty, Phil, and this is only because of the quantity, so do take advantage of it right now. $5.95! And there are, would you like me to count? Would you like me to have a little count? All right, I'll start in the middle and I'll go up here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6. Just over 50 on my strand. Just over 50 on my strand, which is why people are coming in and they're saying, actually, I remember the last time I went to that fair where I saw pearls available to buy, or I remember the price of pearl earrings the last time I went out, and actually these make great pearl earrings, don't they? Because if you think about how sensual and how slim the drop is on a rice pearl bead, amazing. Anne-Marie, well done. Susan in Gwent, a couple of these coming your way. Charity in Florida, Kathleen in Alaska, congratulations. Sheila in Kent, Collector in Greater London. We've got Caroline in Pembrokeshire, Pamela in Nottinghamshire with a couple coming your way. Many others as well joining us. Jeanette in Cornwall is having 4 of these as well. Congratulations to you. Oh, is that a bit of a bridal project you've got going on there? Heather's here as well, Collector in Glamorgan, congratulations. Just grab these now because we literally, we had, is it 150 of these, Phil? And that's it. They may not stay, because this is a star buy, it's $5.95. They may not stay at $5.95. They may revert. I mean, our lowest price, our lowest, from what I could see here, our lowest authorised price that Phil told me about was $6.95. We've gone £1 lower, and £1 on a strand of pearls is a big deal. A big deal. That's really, really good. I mean, that's ridiculous. How many times have you seen a simple stud with 1 pearl, you know, 2 pearls in a pair of stud earrings, and that's £15, £20, depending on where you buy? How amazing is that? And you can do whatever you want with these, but we only have that finite number of 150. Sue's got a suggestion for my stage name. Here it comes. Rock Bottom. Yeah, that. Hiya, Doric. I knew him so well. Oh, Shakespearean reference. I'm liking it, Anne. How are you? It's nice to have your company as always. How is John O'Groats? Are you seeing any sunshine? I do hope so. I do hope so. Bless them. Hiya, Doric. I knew him well. Doric. That's quite an unusual name, isn't it? But it also sounds quite Danish or Swedish or something like that, doesn't it? Nothing wrong with that.
It's spelled that really wrong when you go for your coffee.
Yeah, imagine if I said, yeah, my name's Doric. Imagine it might come out correctly as Derek. I'm going to try it next time. I might, on the way tomorrow, for the late show tomorrow, I might go in, because I'll always pick up my coffee on the way to work. I might say, yeah, it's Doric. Because they never ask how it's spelled, do they? That's the thing, they never ask. How about Tyler Dela Cruz as a stage name, says Julie on the Isle of Wight. Tyler Dela Cruz. Oh, I like that. He's got Del, which is another nickname for Derek as well, isn't it? That's very clever. Very clever thinking, Julie. I like it. Honestly. I don't know how the audience of JM watch me, because they're all so intelligent. And then there's me, Jill. I mean, I don't know. How does that work? How does that work? Bless you. Well done. Just carry on grabbing those. Add those to your order. How many have gone so far, Phil? At least half the stock has gone, so when we recap later, the other half will follow. Can I just show you Jill's first kit at 7 o'clock? Because it's on pre-order now, if you want to buy it. If you want to go and have a look at it, TZGC46 is, I mean, look at that, Sea Bead Festival going on there. Beautiful. You've got your Pearl Cylon 8Os, your Delica White Pearl 11Os, Light Peach Luster 11Os, Miyuki Matte Opaque White 11Os and White Pearl 15Os. There's a silver plated magnetic clasp with a connector there. There's 3 Swarovski rhodium plated rondelle bars. There's 3 Rivoli sew-on crystals that are AB, and there's a strand of rice beads as well there, all going under £30. If you want to go and have a look at the code, 25 kits have sold out already, by the way. We've got less than 150. TZGC46. If you were with us on demo day on Wednesday, where we had 4 CB kits throughout the afternoon, yes, I'd love one. I love you. Yes, please, darling. Sorry. Tea orders, Jill. It's very important, isn't it, the tea order?
It's very important.
Very important. It's a key part of the show, in fact. It must be done. Even though I've still got the remnants of that cold takeaway coffee, but that's not mine. It belongs to someone else called Derek. Okay, here we go. £2.95. £2.95. How ridiculous for malachite is that? That is crazy, isn't it? 230 carats. Malachite is an amazing. Do you know? And it's weird how my worlds collide sometimes. Someone I know is very much into stone sculpture at the moment and is embarking on. And I forget the name of the sculptor, but there is a sculptor. And I forget their name completely and utterly because sculpting is not my world. But you can actually carve stone sculptures out of giant pieces of malachite. I mean, you need to pay a lot of money for the malachite, and obviously it won't be quite the same kind of, you know, solid kind of tone of colour. But can you imagine stone carving a big malachite, Jill? How amazing would that be? I mean, you've got to have the skill to sculpt.
I could never do that, but I'm sure it look. If you get a master, that looks stunning.
Yeah, a nice head in malachite, because it has that wonderful sort of veining that goes through it where it changes colour and bands, almost like rings within a tree trunk. It sort of bands the colour, goes. How amazing would that be to do? I would love to do it. I would love to do it. £2.95 is amazing for the colour you've got here. Brilliant for autumn, winter. Brilliant for, as well, any of your organic designs. I'm just looking over at Jill's corsage designs for tonight in seed beads. And actually, as a nice sort of organic backdrop to that, if you are creating foliage in your lovely natural designs, if you think about a gemstone like, in fact, if you stay looking at that for a second, I'm just going to bring the malachite in for a second. And just pop it in next to the flowers. So if you're creating sort of like a backdrop for a forest scene or for florals or something like that, that's an amazing green to use, isn't it? That's wonderful. So if you're making wire sculptures or something, I love that. I love that orchid. It is delicious. Absolutely gorgeous. £2.95. Everyone's grabbing these. Well done, Pam in Wrexham, and Karen in Wrexham. I changed the name there. Karen in Wrexham, Pam's in Greater London, Kim's in Tyne and Wear as well. Doing a lot of shopping tonight. Brilliant. At next to no, I mean, tiny prices tonight, isn't it? Linda's in North Yorkshire. Where are you in North Yorkshire, Linda? I'm being nosy because I'm in Ripon. Judy's in Lancashire. Hello Judy, hello Sharon in Warwickshire and Sharon in County Durham and Collector in London and Joe in Greater London and Kimmy in Hampshire and Cherry in Hampshire. Cherry though, that's a nice name. I mean, it's not a good stage name for a man, but it's a lovely name for a lady. £2.95. We're still looking for an alternative stage name for me because so many people in the business, so to speak, change their name, don't they? Karl Marx, Game of Thrones meets your own misspelled surname, says Sue. Karl Marx, K-H-A-L. That'd be a trendy spelling, wouldn't it? That'll be a baby name in the top 10 for next year. Karl, K-H-A-L. Good idea. Oh, is it? Karl. Oh, right. Okay, is that a character from Game of Thrones then? I'm afraid Game of Thrones goes whoosh, straight over my head. Have you ever seen any, Jill?
I've watched the first episode.
And?
Didn't.
No, didn't
on.
float your boat.
No.
It's not quite Robert of Sherwood, is it?
No, and I watched it late at night, and it was very gory. I didn't think it was good for just before you go to sleep.
Oh, is it all blood and guts? Oh, no, I've never seen it actually. So sorry, Sue, if I missed a reference there. I keep hearing no end of mentions of it, but I still haven't indulged yet. Partly because I don't have time either. If I do get into it, then that's it. At 7 o'clock this morning, I watched 2 weeks of Four in a Bed. You know the thing where the B&B owners go to each others' places, slag it off, usually, and mark them low. We've got some tube spacers now. These are sweet. Yum, 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 yum. Look at these. And you've got 20 of them, 1 by 1.5 millimetres. Now these would be great to go with, you know, the big curly tubes. I think Dina had some earlier, didn't she? Some curled tube spacers. These would be great if you wanted to elongate that sort of rounded design. Sorry, I'm doing with my fingers what I'm trying to say, but you can't see that. It's like a mime, almost. £3.95. So that's about 15 pence each, and they're sterling silver. Really good. Now we only have 12 because this is on and gone this hour, so you'll need to be super, super quick. And I know lots of people are looking for a bargain tonight. £3.95 is a major bargain. And this is a stash builder. Definitely a stash builder. You need things like this at the moment, Jill, as well, don't you? Lots of findings.
Lots of findings.
Lots of findings. Jill's had that many kits lately. She's run out of findings. We had to find some findings for you, didn't we, Jill? How many kits are you working on at the moment? Have you got 4? 4. We do like to keep you busy, don't we? £3.95. Here comes another suggestion. I'm in the lovely city of York. Oh, Linda's in York. Not that far away from me at all, Linda. Fantastic. Nice place, York, isn't it? Lovely. My ambition is to get a show on Radio York, on the BBC. I do want to do that. Little show from time to time. Oh, I don't know. This and that, Mike. We, play some music, talk about stuff. Well, I don't think you get the choice at the BBC. I think they tell you the music. You press the next button, and something drops down onto the turntable. That's fine with me. I quite like speechy radio. So if anybody in authority is listening at BBC Radio York, then give us a call. It's not like I'm not busy enough already at the moment. I could squeeze in a little weekly show, I'm sure. Although not on the days that I'm here. I'm afraid JM gets priority. £5.95. Oh, now these would go. Oh no, actually, well, would they? Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Did you, Phil? Phil used to do hospital radio, everyone. Wow, didn't know that. DJ Phil. But chill with Phil. Oh, 7 till 9. Oh. What do you used to play, Phil? Like, all sorts. Oh, did you? Did you used to go around and do the old bedside request thing? Hi, it's Phil here from Radio Ward 6. Would you like me to play your song later? I'm going to be on at 7 o'clock, you know. Just turn that little dial to channel 5. What channel were you on, Phil? Yeah, back in the day, didn't they? They had like the patients had like a stethoscope headset, didn't they? And then they'd have to twist a thing to a certain channel number to pick up the hospital radio, wouldn't they? Oh, you were the only thing to listen to. No, to a captive audience. Very good. Certain songs you can't play on hospital radio though, aren't there, Phil? Spirit in the Sky. Can't play that. Walking on Broken Glass. All of that kind of thing. Just can't be done. Any other suggestions for songs you shouldn't play on a hospital radio station? Yes, no, let's do it. Let's do $5.95. It's just for fun. $5.95. These are a lot of silver going on here, by the way. Nearly 3 grams of sterling silver there. Love it. I love your schedules, Phil, because they always have lots of findings in them, which I like. I like. Number 12. Oh, yes, that's where I just put that, and that didn't go there. That went in number 2. 12. Some cherry amber now. Where was it, Phil? I was in Kidderminster. Mike just said, what was the pay like? Mike, it's hospital radio. The pay in commercial radio is not much more. I saw an advert the other day, and the radio station in question will remain nameless. And they were advertised, I think it was a community station, but, you know, it still costs you money to work there, technically, doesn't it? And they are earning money from advertising. And they were advertising for someone to do the drive time show at the vast sum of £23 a day. Which, even at an hourly rate, what's that per hour? That's probably less than the minimum wage, is it? 4 hours?
Yeah.
No, £23 per show, Mike. Did I say per hour? No, per show. No, per show. That's a 4-hour show, which means you need to be there at least an hour before for the grand sum of £23. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people that want to get into the business that would be quite happy to do that for a period of time to get themselves further into the business, so to speak. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh, I should show you the side as well. Look. Is that what it works out at, Phil? £4.60 an hour. So that's technically, that's naughty then, isn't it? £10.95. So I never did hospital radio. I did a slight jump up from that, and I did a radio station called Kit Kat Radio. Other chocolate bars are available, and it was in Blackpool Pleasure Beach, or Pleasure Beach Blackpool as it is now. And I used to be right in the middle of the park in like a conservatory, playing music and doing like a lost and found. So every time someone lost a child or whatever, I'd have to do an announcement whilst playing great music across the Pleasure Beach and telling people how marvellous the big one was. Alison in Flintshire says, evening Derek, Jill and crew. I would think, yeah, any death metal would be banned. Yeah, definitely. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, we've had lots of ideas for songs. Oh, okay. We can't put them all up though. Some for taste reasons. But we're loving them and Phil is smiling at them. We definitely can't do that one. No, you couldn't play that on a hospital radio station. Not the Freddie Mercury one. You just couldn't do it. No, definitely not. Oh, yeah, Bee Gees. Yeah, you couldn't do that either. You'd have to pick your Bee Gees songs quite carefully. Yeah, let's change that subject. So it's something slightly more cheerful. Sarah wants to see the back. Sorry, Sarah, here it is. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, Mikey just never pays attention, does he? Just doesn't pay attention. Are you? Oh no, not yet. Are you doing it now? Are you all geared up and ready, Mike? Right. Oh dear. Just can't get the producers these days, can you? It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for another one of these. Now, it's not the one that we advertised at 6 o'clock, so it's in a change to the listings magazines. We have a new star buy for 10 to 7, and I think you're going to like it. Oh my crikey on a bike. Look at this. How gorgeous is that colour? Now, tell me this is Madagascan. It's Brazilian. Oh, Brazilian neon apatite. Absolutely natural, Phil. Absolutely natural. Good gracious. Wow. This is not a gemstone we see often. Its colours are just mesmerising, aren't they? I love this material. And neon just describes it beautifully. In fact, we haven't got the word neon in our details, and we should have, definitely should have, because it is, honestly, it is... That is utterly ridiculous for the carat weight. You know what, actually, as a kind of beachy surfer dude kind of necklace, this would even work with a guy, to be honest with you. I do think that would work for a guy as well. Look, there's just that one stray hair there, Lee. What's that going on about? I've got tweezers, I'll sort it out. Ooh, that was attached. $4.95. Just pulled off the whole chest wig. Oh, that's no good, is it? Never mind. There's guitar strings in there as well, you know. As you get to a certain age, and your chest hairs, I mean, neither of the ladies beside me will have that kind of issue, which is good. I'm very glad for both of you. But we have issues that, you know, you think you've got problems, ladies. The dark chest hairs come out of their own accord and replace themselves with like nylon guitar strings. They're not even grey, they're like almost see-through. They're almost like, you know, like monofilament. No, like stretchy elastic, Jill. It's a little bit like that. You know the stretchy elastic we have in the Essential Doodah pack? Yeah. It's a bit like that. You have to pull them out.
It's going to be difficult to use that from now on.
There you go, see? Yeah. There's a picture for you. Hey, maybe I could make up my own reels. You know what I mean? There could be a cottage industry there. Yeah, we could replace your fire line, maybe, Jill.
With chest hair?
We could, couldn't we? Now, what a personal gift that would be, wouldn't it?
Lovely.
A little bit too personal, maybe. Do you think?
Think it'd be strong enough? Has it got like the £9 weight on it?
Well, coming out, let me tell you, it's, you know, it's quite some job sometimes, quite some task. I'm not sure what the gauge is, though. Not sure if the gauge is big enough. Whether it's constant. Might change. Anyway, everyone's checked out. Well done, everyone, which is brilliant. You can carry on buying these over the break. And what I'd do is go and make a brew or something, get all the images I've just put in your head out, and then by the time we come back, we'll restore order because Jill will be here with her first kit and everything will make sense, which is great. It's the way Saturday night should be. See, a whole sophisticated autumn wedding fair, and I've brought it down to that level, Jill, can you believe? So we've got some work to do in the next 3 minutes to balance out. Yeah, bring it back to a respectable level. Wish us luck. See you back here in 3 minutes.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Tune in this Bank Holiday Monday for the launch of Gemma Crow's DVD, Cinema Projects. Gemma will guide you through an array of different techniques, including roses, leaves, feathers and spirals. Take your cinema work to the next level, so make sure you tune in this Monday at 10 a.m.
Lovely, welcome back to JM. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think we really managed to do it. I'm just glad you weren't here to hear the bits in the 3 minutes, really, because we went for, Phil said, well, your mic was up. I said, yeah, I absolutely hope it wasn't. For your sake, more than anything, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, it wasn't, thankfully. Although you did hear me in the break, because I did one of the adverts in the break, didn't I? Sounded quite professional. You wouldn't know it was me even, would you? Really? Cashier number 2, please. Anyway, it's time now. That's not me, by the way. I'm just doing a very good impression of it. I should have got the gig, quite frankly. I was never asked. Cashier number 1, please. They do a long day, don't they? Anyway, so shaded emerald. This was the star buy that we were meant to be doing 10 minutes ago, before we head over to Jill. This is gorgeous, and again, it's a price tag which is ridiculous. We do not have many of these at all, by the way. There are around about 55 or so available, and they are going to... He's doing it again. This was rock bottom £6.95, and Phil's done it again. He's done it again. He's taken another £1 off just for you, just to say, sorry, we're late. I know you loved the appetite, and who wouldn't, but, and this is Brazilian emerald as well, which is beautiful. It's famed for its depth of colour, but you can see there are lots and lots of different shades there. Again, very, very organic, beautiful to work with, and again, a real premium in the gemstone world, as you know. You know, if you can boast that your piece is made with emerald, excuse me, then absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. £5.95, ridiculous. Look, look, Sam's at it now as well, look. Sam made me with some tea. They're all at it now, see? They're all at it now. Doric tea. Very good tea it is too. £5.95 for emeralds. Is that not craziness? We don't have many, so please, 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 please be quick. Because this would be lovely. This would be nice to make myself a bracelet out of as well. Look at that. And I'd have so many left over. I'd have more than half left over. That's brilliant. Judy, well done. Sandy, Trina, congratulations, well done. It always amazes me how dark emerald can be. I mean, some are almost so green, they're almost, you know, they're almost verging on black. They're so deep. And then some of them leap up to almost sort of spearmint kind of colours. It is an incredible gemstone to work with. And just that prowess of working with it. Lucky, lucky people. Trina, well done. A couple of these coming your way. Sarah, well done. Let's do some lavender pearls now, shall we? Why not? Oh, yum, 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 yum. So beautiful for bridal. Gorgeous. Would go really nicely with the Star-by rice pearls that we had in the last hour. The kits, by the way, the first kit that is on pre-order is just flying out of the door. No surprise. No surprise at all. It's a bumper seed bead kit. This is brilliant. So, 7x6mm this time. It's a really nice shape and size. Good size, ridiculous price tag, because a pair of those as stud earrings, that's returned your strand price already. All you would need is the findings. And remember, if you are a brand new customer, anyone spending over, remind me, $4.95? Is it $4.95, Phil? Yes. Sorry, because I'm also doing some cover shifts at Sewing Quarter, and it's slightly different channels. Any first order over $4.95 gets you the Welcome to Jewellery Maker pack, which is brilliant, and it is jam-packed with goodies. So coming out with your first order of £10 or more as a new customer is this great big pack in here. And I'll just briefly explain to you all of the bits and pieces that are in there. There's an over 100-piece silver-plated findings kit. There's an essential beading kit, so there's some elastics, some monofilament and some beading thread. 3 pairs of pliers there, so a starter toolkit is in there. I need to put that back in there properly. It's brilliant. So you've got some round nose, some chain nose and some side cutter pliers. You've also got project cards in there. There's a welcome letter, there's a DVD, there's something else I can't tell you about, but it'll be a nice surprise when it arrives. There's all kinds of things going on in there, and that's to say welcome to any new customer spending $4.95 or more on their first order, which is really nice. And existing customers who want this little folder, I am still working on that for you, definitely, and I've had words. There will be an occasion for you to get it, I am sure. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, because everybody wants one, don't they? You look at it and you think, I want one! I want one! I want one! Right. Come on then. Come on then. Let's go. Let's go for a little walk over to Jill the Seed Bead Hunter. Ah, hello Jill.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good, 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 good. Right, now you can restore order now. The sensible part of the show. Well, you know, the beautiful part of the show. Look at this. Look at this. This is incredible. Just for the benefit of everyone watching on the television, because on the web I think you can already see a price, but just for the benefit of everyone watching on the television, this is going under £30 for the kit. Jill, if we were, and I know this is always an impossible question to ask a designer, and I don't like to do it, but if I was showcasing this design and I was retailing this, maybe give me a craft fair and an online shop price tag average in your estimation for something like this.
Well, if it was going in my online shop, it'd probably be about 75,
okay.
£80.
Alrighty.
I think at a craft fair it'd have to be a bit less than that, because people expect things to be cheaper at craft fairs. So
40, 50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, the absolute wonder of this is the fact that, look, it has, and it comes as part of the kit, magnetic clasp, and it is a brilliant magnetic clasp as well. It's good and strong and secure. You do have to be, you know, obviously with your seed beading, I guess you have to be careful how you finish the piece as well, don't you? At the ends, to make sure it's strong enough to hold.
They are quite heavy, so you need a good heavy-duty clasp on there. Yeah,
definitely. The clasp comes as part of the kit. Shall we run you through the kit? Oh, it's amazing. This kit is incredible for the price tag that will come up on your screen, which by the way is not £29.95, just so you know. We did say under 30, but it's not £29.95. So here are the seed beads. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different seed bead tubes today coming for you. You have got your large tube of Miyuki Pearl Cylon 8Os. You also have your Delica White Pearl 11Os, which are, oh sorry, that's those, isn't it? That's the 8s, there's the 11s. You've also got your Light Peach Luster 11Os as well, so a big tube of those, and the mini tubes that we've got down here are the Miyuki White Pearl 15Os, and the, oh that's White Pearl as well, isn't it? They are gorgeous. You also, quite aside this, you get the magnetic clasp, so obviously the 2 sides of those. You get the 3 Swarovski crystal rhodium plated rondelle bars, which are just so delicious. They're like channel set Swarovskis within the rondelle bars themselves. So you've got 3 of those, which are absolutely delicious, look like solid, beautiful, coloured D flawless diamonds, don't they? And you also get 3 of the Rivoli So-On Aurora Borealis crystals as well, which are just delicious. They've got that wonderful, and they're pinnacle faceted as well, so the facet is going upwards and outwards, as opposed to, you know, with a regular gemstone where it would be the inverse of that. You also have a strand of white freshwater culture pearl rice beads as well, going from 5x6 to 6x7. Now, I'm just going to go through the seed beads again, because I'm sure I read everything a little bit wrong here, so I'm going to go through them again. So you've got your Pearl Cylon 8Os, the White Pearl 11Os, the Peach Luster 11Os, the Matte Opaque White 11Os, and the White Pearl 15Os. So 5 different seed beads. There's 9 different components in this kit, and we are going to do £2.99 per component. £26.95. Now, on pre-order, let me tell you, on pre-order alone, around about a quarter of the entire quantity already went. Now we're talking about half of the entire stock of this kit has gone as well. If you do have this in a basket, you know I don't want to say it. I never want to say it, but you know what they're asking me to say. Check out, check out, check out, check out, because it is going to be one of those. It will be one of those. I love this necklace. I think it's delicious, and for £26.95, if you can make something half as glorious and gorgeous as this, then that has straight away given you the price of your kit back, hasn't it? Very, very easily. And you've not even used all of the components there, have you? You've used one of the Swarovski, oh, you've used all 3 actually.
Yeah,
you did use all 3, yeah. You've used one of the stitch-on AB, and you've used the magnetic clasp. But you'd have had oodles of leftovers as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, loads
from this
of seed
kit.
beads left.
Brilliant. How long did it take?
About a week. Mm-hmm. But I do work during the day, so...
Yes, so you're on and off and back to it and back to it. Fantastic. Right, let's have a little demo time now, which is great. This is lovely. This is the bit where seed beading... this is where I shut up completely, because I am mesmerised completely. I love it. So, over to you, my dear.
Right, I thought we'd learn how to make the leaves on this one.
Okay.
Because we could do some flowers later.
Yeah.
So we'll just do the leaves on this one.
Very beautiful.
Because they've got the bit in the middle with all the veiny bits.
Veiny bits.
Veiny bits,
yeah. Technical term.
Okay, so to start off, I've got a stop bead at the end, and that's going to be a stop bead of what you're going to have as your vein, the middle. And you need a smaller bead for your vein, and then a larger bead for the actual leaf.
Okay.
So I'm going to demonstrate with 11s for the vein and the 8s for the leaf, but usually you'd use your Delica beads and your size 15s.
Okay.
So that's what I've used on these white ones here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got one stop bead on there, and then...
Brilliant.
Okay, and then you want 21 of your vein beads, so that's your small ones, and then 8 of your leaf beads.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you take your needle, and you need to count back 4 beads and go through that 4th bead. And what this will do is it'll make the top bit of your leaf. Okay. So pull it nice and tight. So you've got like a little diamond at the top, and that's the top part of your leaf. And then it's just peyote stitch down. So if you pick up one of your leaf beads and then skip a bead and then through the next one, and then pick up a bead, skip a bead and then through the next one. So put them all nice and tight. You might have to keep adjusting your stop bead and just shifting it up a bit so it's nice and tight. Okay.
Is there a particular knot you use on your stop bead so you can move it?
I just pop it on the thread and then just go through it again.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
So just back on itself.
Just back on itself, yeah. A lot
Very
of the
good.
time you remove your stop bead at the end, but this one you can just keep it in.
Yeah.
It'll hide itself in your design. So your next row is we're going to go back up the leaf. Okay, so we peyote our way back up. So pick up a bead and then start going back up towards the top of the leaf. So through that sticking up bead, and pick up a bead.
Oh, we've got a fly joining us again.
Fly.
Over on that piece of paper there.
It's quite a colourful fly.
It is actually, isn't it?
Right,
We do need a Venus flytrap in here though.
Okay, so I've just put on 2 stitches doing peyote. Again, my stop bead is just getting a bit loose, so pull it nice and tight. And then we're not going to do any more peyote on this row. What we need to do is come back down on ourselves. So we pick up 2 of the seed beads, okay, and then just start going back down your leaf again. So go through that sticking up bead, and then pick up 1 bead, and then through the next sticking up bead. So that's the top of your leaf done, okay. And then this is where we start adding the vein in, okay. So
okay.
we pick up 2 of our leaf colour and then 2 of our vein colour. Okay, so then we need to find our 4th little bead down, okay. So you find your 4th bead and then come all the way up those 4 beads. Pull it nice and tight, and that's your first vein started.
Ah.
So now we just need to do the other half of the top and then put another vein in, and then we just work down the sides, putting a vein in and swapping sides. So we'll just turn it over so I can do the other side. So we're back on with our leaf colours, so pick up 1 and then you just need to do your peyote stitch up. You can see where your sticking out beads are quite easily, and you're only going to put 2 little beads in. And then we need to come back down, so that's picking up 2. When you're picking up 2, it means that you get sort of a bit of a sticky outy rough edge, so it looks more like a leaf.
Yeah, a bit more organic.
Yeah. That's those 2 in place, and then pick up 1 and just put that last peyote stitch in there. Okay. And then we need to do our veiny bit, so that's 2 of the leaf ones and 2 of your vein colour beads. And this time we're not going to go through the 4th, we're going to go through the 5th. So that's just 1 down from where we were before, but we're not going to go all the way back up the top. We are going to take a little bit of a detour and go through those other 2
okay, yes.
that you put on the previous little vein.
Yeah.
So now you've got your vein down the middle and then your 2 little sticky out bits. And so we need to do exactly the same again. So we're going to peyote to the top, turn around and then add in a vein. Okay? So pick up your seed bead and then skip this first seed bead there and then do the next one. And then from there on you'll see where you're peyoting because you'll have your little gaps. Okay, so we're at the top there, so we pick up 2 to turn around and come back down. And then just pick up the 1 just to finish that one. So as the leaf gets wider as you come down, this vein has to be a little bit bigger. So we always pick up 2 of our leaf colour, and this time we're going to pick up 3 of our vein colour. And we need to come 2 beads further down this inner stem. So come down 2 beads from where your last one came out of. And go up through those 2. And then we're going to take a detour and go along where those other 2 that you put on the previous round.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can start peyoting up this side of the leaf and then come back down. So every time you coming down the leaf, you need to add on an extra bead for your little veins.
Yes.
So I've got one here that I did earlier, so we can see. So here, up here is my first two veins. So they've got your 2 beads in.
Yeah.
These have got 3 beads in. These have got 4. These have got 4. This one's got 5. And then here I've got 4 again. And that'll start to bring the leaf back in.
What a beautiful shape that, isn't it?
You can leave it like that, that's fine. Or you can build the sides up a little bit more and bring them close together. And you're basically doing exactly the same stitch as you've done, but you need to sort of miss out your vein. So I'll quickly show you how you do that.
Okay.
So, just finish off this row here, so I'm at the bottom. Right, so that's where you will be at the bottom. So, what you would do, so here is where you would be putting a vein, so you pick up your 2 beads as if you were doing the start of your vein.
Okay, right, yeah.
And then pick up another one, and we're going to sort of turn it around so we can go back up. So go through that first bead that you've put on. So the 3 beads that you've put on in total there will go into a little triangle. And it's basically recreating this little triangle here, but without a vein attached to it. So then you would just carry on as you had been doing. So peyote up, we need to turn around, so pick up 2, and then come back down. And then pick a bead, finish that row off. So there we've got the bit of leaf but without the vein. Do that again, so then you'll have 2 empty bits of leaf. And then if you take your thread and weave all the way back up here and then come across, and then you can start on this side.
Do the same thing on the other side,
yeah, and then it'll come down and meet here and you can just tie it together in a knot. Tie this in with it as well.
I love it. That's so good, isn't it? Because actually that sounds very, very technical, doesn't it? But actually the method there was actually quite simple, and actually you're kind of going from left to right to left to right to left to right, so you're sort of zigzagging across it, aren't you? So you're not in danger also of being too repetitive either, you know, because you are swapping sides a lot, aren't you? Here's Pauline, or Polly, should we say, in Cheshire. Oh wow, that's so beautiful, Jill. I would ask at least 3 figures for that, and I'm just making the pink roses that you did recently.
I got a lot of people asking about those, so send me some pictures when you've done it.
That was that the one that we had the plans for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Susan in Worcestershire, Jill, you amaze me. I just cannot make the flowers. I keep trying. Amazing. Derek, you are so naughty. So so naughty. I am so naughty. Loving the show. Thank you so much. If you've got any questions for Jill, then please do get in touch. The kit itself is incredible. There's how you get in touch. 60777 on the text. Start your message with the word JM Studio. Over 100 of these kits have already sold out this evening. It's a bumper kit, Jill. It really is. It must have been a delight when this arrives. And I know everybody says that to every designer about every kit, but this is particularly bumper, isn't it?
It's really good, and you get all the different sizes as well.
Yeah, I love
That's
it because
brilliant.
you've got 8s, 11s and 15s in this as well, which is even better. All for £26.95, and to have the Swarovski elements, and it is different elements as well. You know, it's the Swarovski crystal rondelle bars. It's the AB Rivolis, which are pinnacle faceted rather than the other way around. So their point comes out towards you rather than away from you, and to have the magnetic clasp as well. And I have to tell you, the quality of the magnetic clasp is brilliant. They are really, really strong, but very, very delicious as well. Amazing designs, Jill. Got my kit. Hope mine looks the same as yours. You're so talented, says Lorraine. And all the pictures will go up later. And if you're not following Jill's page, you absolutely should be, because you can go back and look over all of the kits and all of the designs for the inspiration that she's done since she's been around with us. So it's JM guest designer Jill Hunter, so it's Jill with a J, and that's all you need to know, really, isn't it? Everything else is, you know, if you were coming to me for coffee, I wouldn't struggle putting your name on the cup.
They always ask, how do I spell it?
Yes, because you can't do Jill with a G, can't you? Yes.
They always ask, and it always comes perfect.
Yeah. See? Maybe I just need to change my name to Jill. That's the thing. I'll never have the same problem again.
Yeah, they'll just ask you how it's spelled.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's that with a J or a G. See, they never ask for Derek, do they? They never ask. Well, they never say, is it 2 R's and I? Is it, you know, 1 R, 1 E? It's got a Y in it. You know, they never ask. They just guess. That's how I end up with... That's how I end up with that kind of thing going on. I mean, this is an in-house version of that spelling mistake. But there you go. And that's a bit Shakespearean, isn't it? Thank you, lovely Jill. I'll see you, well, I'll see you because I'm only going over there anyway. Because you and I are doing one of these. Alrighty, in terms of star buys, this is the lowest quantity I have in any of my star buys this evening. The price is ridiculous, be quick. There are 37 strands available. These are peacock pearls with flat bottoms as well. £3.95. £3.95. Seriously, get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved. Imagine actually in the centre of your flowers, if you weren't using the Swarovski AB beads and you wanted to use something like this, a beautiful peacock pearl, because it has a nice flat bottom as well. Brilliant for incorporating into your seed beading projects. Perfect for bridal as well, aren't they? 32 remaining. I've got so many going into baskets, but they need to be checked out as well. As I'm sure you know, I don't nag about things like this, but Collector and Jennifer and Anne and Gillian and Rosalind and Anne-Marie and Mazza, got to be quick. And Anna in Lancashire, you got to be quick as well, because now it's down to 27. Be quick. Tina in Cheshire, you've got yours. Vera, you've got yours. Susan, you've got yours. Anila in Norfolk, 4 of these, you've got them. Well done. Mazza in Greater Manchester, 3, you've got them. Well done. Alan in Lancashire, well done. You've checked out, you've got them. Kimmy in Hampshire, well done. You've got yours as well. 16 to go now. It's like a racing commentary now, isn't it? And we've got Sarah and Paula and Philippa and Elizabeth and Lisa and Collector and Michelle in Cheshire and Collector in the East Riding of Yorkshire and Anne in the West Midlands and Gillian in the West Midlands and Rosalind in Devon and Anne-Marie in Essex are all coming up to the final furlong now. There's only 7 to go. It's Peacock Pearls and that's it. It's going to go. It's going to go. We've only got 6 remaining. Irina in Sussex, you've got yours. We are approaching the finishing line and it's all over. Well done. Oh, I'm not doing that again. Whew. Oh. Oh. Oh, I need a bit of a lie down now, Jill. That's the most work I've ever done here. I don't come down here. I don't come here for work. I'm not really that short, by the way. Here I am standing up, still shorter than Tom Cruise. Beautiful things apparently come in small packages. Do you want to see Jill's second kit, by the way? I do. Here they are. Here they are. Look at this. We might sneakily put this on pre-order a little bit later on for you. It's called Seed Bead Corsage, and it comes with lots and lots of beautiful, beautiful seed beads. Opaque dyed mauve Duracoat 8Os, Delica Crystal ABs 11Os, Delica Transparent Raspberry AB 11Os, Duracoat Galvanized Eggplant 11Os. Eggplant, nice. Aubergine, Grey Lustre 11Os, and there are 4 Swarovski Smoky Mauve Rivoli Sew-Ons, which we've got. Oh, dearie me. That wasn't a good idea, Derek. Oh, let's have a look at these. These are quite nice. Delicate, beautiful. Like those. Smoky Mauve. Smoky Mauve. Oh, I've made a right mess with the seed beads there. Anyway. That'll all be sorted. Oh yes, and there's a fireline and threading bundle coming up with that after that kit as well. Wonderful. I'm going to save that seed bead actually because that can go into my next cerulean pendant. Right, where are we going next? Number 5, giant. Ooh, Jill, this is nice. This is nice for autumn bridal. Do you not think?
That's very nice. That would make a really nice centre piece on one of your necklaces.
Red jasper. Oh, a nice brooch with a big seed bead cuddle. Completely natural, everyone individual as you and I. £3.95. Just to give you an idea, by the way, if it was a centrepiece for a bracelet, goes perfectly with this shirt, by the way. If it was a centrepiece for a bracelet, And as a brooch, we do brooch as well. Brooch. Oh, not on that square, Derek. Do it on that square. Because then you'll see it. Look at that, goes so well. Imagine that on a black jacket in winter. Just to cheer it up, do you know what I mean? This is massive, this cabochon. 180 carats. How many have we got, Phil? 40 available. You went to a craft fair, not a craft fair, one of those sort of gemmy kind of event things. You know what I mean? Gemmy. Gemmy. That's a nice word, isn't it? How much would you pay for that one cabochon? Twice that? Thrice that?
Yeah, big 10, 15.
10, yeah.
Something like that.
10, 11, 12 sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, otherwise it's not really worth the person bringing it. You know, it's taking up a lot of space in their stash, isn't it? To bring it to the fair in the first place. Mandy's liking this. She's got 5. Well done. Beverly's having 3 of these. Irina in Sussex, or Irina, 3 of these coming your way. Hello, Arlene in Greater London. Jamai, well done. Congratulations. Collector in Glamorgan. Collector in Lincolnshire. That's unusual, isn't it? I like that. Good to see you, Derek. How's the fly trap? Oh, Roz, it's perfect. I did promise I would, and I did. I kept my promise. If you have a look on my Facebook page now, the promise that I made you on Wednesday afternoon, albeit slightly strangely, it's on my Facebook page now. Derek Marks TV presenter. Have a little look now and you will see said Venus flytrap. Let's not go there again. Nearly got us into some quite hot water on Wednesday. What have you found? Oh, Phil's found it. No, do you know how that started? Oh, I shouldn't start this again. But I'll just tell you briefly. It's a bit of a sad story. Do you know why most people's Venus flytrap dies, Phil? Because you know the jaw thing? You know, no, it does work. But you know, people often want to see it work, so they'll poke it with something and it will close. But if there's nothing in there for it to digest, it doesn't open until it's finished digestion. So if there's nothing to digest, it doesn't open again and just goes. That's why people's Venus fly, and you have to water them with rainwater, said Adam, who's a gardener. So there you go.
I feel bad for going in the garden centres now and just touching them all.
Oh, it's you, Jill.
It's me, sorry.
It's Jill. We'll ring them tomorrow and say we've got the culprit. We found her. The Venus poker. We found her. We'll pass on all of the details. There you go. So don't poke it. Derek, you're a beautiful thing in a small packet. But my short-step grandma said this all the time, and my tall, beautiful mum would say, so does poison. Oh, that's charming, that, isn't it? Is that a backhanded compliment, do you think?
Don't know.
I'm
Don't know
perfect.
which way that one's going.
Perfectly sweet. You're much taller than me, tall. Jill, even. Wow, I've got your name now. I'm calling you tall now. It's a bit rude, isn't it? So I don't hedge my bets that way, should I? How tall are you, Jill, if that's not too personal a question?
I don't know.
Oh, don't you? Oh, okay. Tape measure someone, please. Cute. You've got to be about the only person in the world that I know that doesn't know how tall they are. I suppose you don't need to know, though, do you?
No.
Don't need to know. I'm the size that I am. That's all you need, isn't it? That's all you need to know, isn't it? Right. This is phenomenal. What a beautiful, beautiful strand of gorgeous labradorite. And they're all marquee shapes. That's amazing. And you've got lots of them to work with here, actually. You've got some amazing, amazing, I mean, look at the colours. Just amazing. They're all so lively, aren't they? It is our gemstone. I know I say this every time, and I'm so sorry to keep repeating myself, but it is JM's gemstone. It absolutely is. I'm just going to have a little count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 individual marquees, through drilled marquees. Look at that! I love them. I love them when they go all sort of sunset and sunrise. Beautiful, aren't they? Okay, we're going to go on this strand to about £1 each. I know. £17.95. It's Supersonic Katie Reed texting in, everyone. When Mother Nature hits perfection, she stops. With you and me, she reached perfection sooner than the others. See you tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's redressed the balance. Thank you, Katie. Bless you, yeah. Now, Katie and I are pretty much the same size. You'll see us doing our showbiz pose tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Fabulous. I'm looking forward to it. As always, lovely Supersonic Katie Reed. Look at that. £17.95. Oh, now Jill is working to we've got another plan, petal plan, have we, for the second kit at 9 o'clock?
Yes.
Yay! Good. Because they're brilliant, and I know people absolutely love them, and lots of people are working from that last one, aren't they? That we did, was that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah. My printer decided to supersize them as well. I don't know how they come out so big, but...
Well, there you go.
Normally they're really small.
Yeah. Can I just tell you very, very quickly that the first kit, if everyone checks out on Jill's first kit right now, we have more in baskets than we have available. So we are technically sold out and gone. So there's just a quick reminder of some of the seed beads that you're getting in there and the details. £26.95. There are 47 of those in baskets as we speak right now. So I'd be checking those out as quickly as you possibly can. Look at me just diving straight into box number 7, Phil, without permission. Straight in there I was. Producing from the floor. That's... I'd have words, Phil, if I was you. I'd have words. But I think on this night of florals, and I think, Jill, you'll like these as well, because these would be nice sort of floral bases, wouldn't they? You could come up through there, and then you could have your little flower stem and flowers coming from that, couldn't you?
Yeah,
I mean, we're calling them V-shaped flowers, but I actually think that they would be good sort of foundations, wouldn't they, for floral
leaves,
pieces?
Yeah.
Yes, or pairs of leaves. Yes. Yes. And we get one, does it say on the screen? We get 10 of them. 10 of them, guaranteed. And the colour play on them is just awesome. If I just show you that one through the end, it's a bit difficult for you to see on camera. I only wish you could see what I can see from my vantage point, but they've got amazing, all of them got really, really awesome colour play going on. They are beautiful. And you're getting 10 of them. They're quite substantial as well. So, well, you can see there on that shot just how their breadth is, their depth, should I say. So 28 by 19 millimeters. But if I just have a look at the width for a second, you're looking about the depth, should I say. You're looking around about 5 millimeters just for the depth. So they're brilliant. And they are slightly graduated, so they do get slightly bigger. And I guess if you put these together, you can start making almost geometric shapes from them, couldn't you, by pairing them up? Oh, I'm seeing like a mandala kind of design.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I love that word. I love that word. Do you know the only reason I know the word mandala? Because it was the name of the... does anyone remember Nationwide? No, it was a TV programme, Phil, long before you were born. No one. Oh, this is like the creche. This place. Everyone's about 12. Do you remember? You're with me, aren't you? You remember Nationwide, don't you? The thing they used to have in the corner, which is like a big sort of box with NW. That was called a mandala. So, because I don't actually know what a mandala is, like some kind of, almost like a. Is it like some kind of crest or something? Isn't it? Dating back to.
Yeah, they always have them in the colouring books, don't they? And
yes.
they're like patterns and it's all the
Yes,
same
and they're always
pattern.
symmetrical, aren't they? Yeah.
Very pretty.
Mandala. Shall I look up the origin? Let me look up the origin of the word. Let's see. Let's see what the internet says, shall we? Because it's quite nice sometimes. I don't even know how to use this, but... how do I add a page? Oh, there we go. I managed to have done it. M-A-D-A-L-A. Let's see what the internet says. Mandala is a spiritual and ritual symbol in Hinduism and Buddhism, representing the universe. In common use, mandala has become a generic term for any diagram, chart, or, hang on, pressing the button for the next explanation, any diagram, chart, or geometric pattern that represents the cosmos metaphysically or symbolically, a microcosm of the universe. Shall we just stick to them being a nice pattern? Yeah. Okay, let's do that then. That sounds better, doesn't it? Lovely. Oh, right, okay, time to shut up again because it's time for one of these. Alrighty. Oh, I love this. Love this. This is a gemstone. I'm just going to tell you right now, you will not see this gemstone, I don't think, priced anywhere else, anywhere near where we're going. This is, and you know I'm not a great fan of the word brown, so I'm going to say, I kind of don't know. I don't kind of mean cinnamon. I mean that lovely luxurious, you know when you get brown sugar granules and crystals when you go to really posh places, and they'll sometimes, instead of giving you a sugar bowl of granulated sugar, they'll give you little crystals of brown sugar. It's a little bit like that. But zircon is such a valued gemstone. I mean, so beautiful, so lustrous, has a really nice refractive index. And actually, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of brown gemstones per se, but I have to say this does have some really nice sort of physical and visual properties as well. It's gorgeous, and I just think that similarity to that lovely crystalline sugar is gorgeous. $3.95, you will rarely ever see a price tag that goes under £10 for any strand of zircon. Again, I have to say what every presenter says when they bring you zircon, because still the message isn't getting out there completely and utterly. Zircon is a real gemstone, a genuine gemstone, as opposed to zirconia. Zirconia is man-made, and there's nothing wrong with zirconia. It's very nice, it's very lovely, you know, we don't poo-poo it. But zircon and zirconia, two utterly different things. Zircon, genuine gemstones, actually predate diamonds, funnily enough. Zircons are older than diamonds, would you believe? I know. Well, you can have that on me. $3.95. Here comes everyone. Marilyn in Conway. Anila in Norfolk, Isabel, Patricia, Jemai, collector in Devon, Janina in Kent, Anne-Marie in Merseyside, collector in Wiltshire, Philippa in Bristol, Sandy in Cleveland, Lynn in Fife, well done, congratulations, got to be quick. How many have we got, Phil? Right, there are only 20 left, so it is another one of the race to the finish kind of pieces of this one, to be honest with you. So if you think about your autumn-winter palettes, think about maybe, do you remember the malachite strand that we had earlier? Mixing an organic green with something like this gives you a nice earthy tone as well. If you're creating your tree of life designs, rather than a wire structure for the trunk, why don't you try a little bit of sculpture with lines of something like this zircon? Would be amazing, seriously, really, really nice. And I have, remember, elsewhere in another life on another channel, I have bought you paintings made from pieces of gemstone, so I know how wonderfully structured they can be and how different gemstones create wonderful texture. You can also get fossilized wood, can't you? Petrified wood, I think it's called, isn't it? Here comes a message from Danielle Jessica. Hello. Hi Derek, most mandalas are of, do you know when your eyes see a word there and you think, ooh, can I read that? It's okay, all fine. Most mandalas are of Buddhist origin and the patterns are symbolic of the spiritual cosmic world practice of non-attachment. Practicing non-attachment, that's it. So, not practicing, that's it. Non-attachment. I think they're amazing though, aren't they? They are lovely. And they lend themselves beautifully to CB projects, don't they? That symmetry.
Yeah, you can sort of bead round in circles, so you can sort of make your own when you're sort of joining up the different layers of beads.
Yeah. Fabulous. I've got them in my hand for some reason, Phil. I've no idea why. It's like I read your mind. Maybe I've I don't know. Maybe I'm channeling a mandala. Here is the star buy from the last hour. For anyone that missed it, ridiculously low price for so beautiful, beautiful. If you've got these in your baskets right now, please make sure that you check them out, because we started with only 150 of these and we've got a lot of these sitting in baskets. In fact, well over half sold out and gone, but a lot are sitting in baskets, and $5.95 is only really guaranteed for tonight. I don't know whether that changes tomorrow. I don't know whether that is going to change. That's a special star buy price. The lowest price we were given on that one was $6.95. That's VADP 26. So to go really nicely with that, we've got some 6mm round white moonstone. Oh, the two textures together just work. Just work. Look at that, both bringing the best out of each other. Lovely, lovely, lovely. FPGP01. These are very ethereal, aren't they? You see them down on the darker background there for a second even. Oh dear, I've lost the power of speech and it's only 7:45. What are we going to do? Do you fancy doing a couple of hours on your own, Jill?
I don't think I'm going to be able to speak for that long.
No? Could have a go, couldn't you, a couple? See how you get on, a little audition. £12.95, and look how much there is to that strand. Gorgeous little moons. £7.95. No, just blame me. It's fine. It's all sorted. It was my suggestion. I should have done the stamping, really, shouldn't I? We're talking about that bust from earlier. You know that we had a bit of a wonky bust earlier, so we decided to decommission it. So Leah jumped on it. On my advice. On my advice. She did enjoy it, actually. It's got to be done every now and again. It has got to be done every now and again. Look at that for £7.95. 6mm round. Yeah, we need some new ones. We need to go shopping. Oh, did we? Look at that. Honestly, I just love the freshness of beads like this. Especially if you're thinking about your autumn tones. Now, do think about your autumn tones as well, because your mookites and your rubies, it's all this winter is going to be a lot of plums and burgundies and some nice bright colours as well, some nice turquoise, some lovely blues coming through. And again, you put them on a backdrop of just subtly adding gemstones like moonstone. Just bring that contrast, just turn the contrast up a little bit on those pieces. Well done. £7.95. What? What? Actually, I hadn't even spotted that, Phil. I hadn't even spotted this one. Okay, right, here's a gemstone that you don't see very often. If you do, it normally comes in very, very, very precise, exacting rounds, doesn't it? Well, there is a nice round in the centre of this stone. Oh, actually, it's not round, is it? It's like a nuggety. What a gorgeous gemstone, isn't it? It's Russian charoite. And it honestly, this will be one of those strands that you will think, oh, right, okay, I've got just the idea for this. I love the colours and everything else. And then when you get this home and you snip the strand and you start looking into the heart and the soul of the gemstones and realise that the visual properties of charoite are not like a jasper where you're simply looking at banding and sort of marbling of colours. But if you have a little look at this stone here in the centre, don't know whether we'll pick it up and see it actually, but you can actually see it's almost like it's made up, the actual stone itself is made up of little sort of feather-like crystal structures. Can you see? It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, and you really can see into the heart and soul. I mean, there's some areas of the stones where you can't see anything, you can't see through at all. All you can see is the amazing colour. But then there are pieces of the stone that sort of open up their heart and their soul for you to see, beyond. That's stunning, isn't it? Oh, Phil. Oh, yes, we did mention tonight, I really shouldn't tell you this. I really shouldn't. Attention, please. Attention, please. I really shouldn't tell you this. But Phil did tell us earlier, so I think it's all right, Jill. Do you think it's be all right to tell everybody? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, if you say it's all right, then it's definitely all right. Right. Phil, after tomorrow's show, is not going to be here for over a week. So because it's the weekend and because there's nobody, I mean, Ivy House is like the Mary Celeste at the weekend, as with any shopping channel. Let me tell you, don't think it's just here, Phil. It happens everywhere I've ever been. The two biggest days of the week where you need the most support possible. There's no one to be seen from the 9-to-5ers. Never. They're never here. But the good thing about that is that we can break little rules. We can use little admin passwords which ordinarily would be spotted like that. Set up a little alarm on somebody's computer across the office. Whereas at the weekend we can get away with cheeky little deals. And this is very much one of those cheeky little deals. Now, because Phil is here producing the Late Show again tomorrow night, and I'm here presenting it again tomorrow night, and then after that, I'm not in for the whole of next week here, as far as I know yet, unless anything happens and they get to the end of the list and call me if need be. And Phil's not here for over a week, so it's kind of left the door, swinging open. It's left it ajar a little bit. So Phil's got his foot firmly in there to keep it open all weekend, and then we'll disappear. So any ramifications. Bothered? Derek, I think. Oh, now listen. Is this somebody who from a coffee shop I've been to? Now, could I? Mike, my opener. You couldn't you couldn't just show people at home, you know, my opener, you know, you are watching. You couldn't just the end of it, could you? Just to show people, just my spelling. Derek, I think you should be known as Derek the diverse. I don't think I can even say that word. Here's my name. It's very easy. Just 2 E's and an R. That's all it is. Can anyone get it right? Got Sam with Doric. We've got the well-known coffee shop. Yes, that one. Others are available. No, it's all right. It's fine. We can show it. We're a shopping channel. We're one big advert. Parrick or Darrick. Other coffee shops are available who don't write your name on the cup. Like Costa and Nero and another one. Doric is a dialect spoken in the north of Scotland, says Robert. Is it? Would you send me a message in Doric then, Robert, if you... No, it's a dialect. A dialect is different words, isn't it? We have dialect in Yorkshire, don't we? Like, bar gum on Ilkley Moor Bar Tat. Do you know what that means, Jill? On Ilkley Moor Bar Tat.
No, I don't speak Yorkshire. I'm from Lancashire.
Oh, are you? Oh, are you? Mm. Oh, well, Bar Tat is without a hat. So it's on the top of a hill without a hat, really. That has got to be the best pout I've ever seen, says Roz in Lancashire. Pout? Me? Pout? Diva, indeed. Diva. Diva, Phil. Diva. Whereabouts in Lancashire-ish do you come from, Jill, then?
I was born in Bolton.
Oh, were you? Oh, you know Bolton's not really Lancashire anymore, though, is it? It's more Greater Manchester now, isn't it? Bolton. And you haven't even got an accent.
No, I've lived down here longer.
And you never bring a meat pie in, do you?
I don't really like meat pies.
I can't see you with a meat pie, actually, to be honest with you, Jill. You don't look a meat pie kind of girl.
No, I prefer the pasty.
Cheese and onion?
No, the meat and potato one.
Oh, yes. Lovely. Do you know the one thing in Lancashire, because I used to live in Chorley before I moved to Yorkshire, but the one thing about Lancashire I could never get was these wet puddings.
What?
You know, the steamed puddings, you know, steak and kidney puddings, but they had like instead of like a crusty crust.
Oh, it's in suet.
Yeah, like a wet, slimy.
Good. Yeah.
That's like making it out of a plant pot before it's been fired. Do you know what I mean? That's what it looks like. Ooh.
Yeah.
With wet peas. Ugh. Wet peas. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Anyway, garnet. What's that all about? Steak and kidney pudding. You know what they call it in Wigan? The babby's head. They do, because that's the texture, isn't it? Because it's like wet and slimy and bald. They do, I'm not joking. They're all laughing. Why are they all laughing? That's what... Someone from Wigan text in and confirm that in Wigan they call the meat and potato steak... steak and kidney pudding, they call it the babby's head. They do! Right, Phil, there'll be text messages in to prove it. He thinks I'm lying as well. I've lived in Wigan. Oh, they do in Manchester as well, says Deborah. See, there you go. See, I'm surprised they didn't in Bolton, Jill.
I was only little when I was there.
A babby's yed. Yes, there is an accent to go with it, but I didn't want to. Thank you, Francis. But I didn't want to, because I can do a bit of a Wigan accent, but I don't want to do. I don't want to offend the good people of Wigan. Because in Wigan, everything's just a pound. But just a pound, love. $14.95. You what, Phil? Just a pound, love. That's everything in Wigan. What's happening after the break, Phil? The kit's going on pre-order after the break. Thank you for that, Phil. So Jill's second kit, which is coming up at 9 o'clock, will be going on pre-order straight after the break. You can carry on grabbing your garnet there and everything else, and we'll carry on talking about babies' heads and steak and kidney puddings and all those kind of things after this.
Buying with Jewellery Maker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs. Tune in this Bank Holiday Monday for the launch of Gemma Crow's DVD, Cinema Projects. Gemma will guide you through an array of different techniques, including roses, leaves, feathers and spirals. Take your cinema work to the next level, so make sure you tune in this Monday at 10 a.m.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Wow, do you know what? I found out so much gossip in that break, it was untrue. It's like being in Morrison's Cafe. That's where I always go for gossip. That is the best gossip anywhere, I promise you. Jill, if you ever want some gossip, just go to Morrison's Cafe. Other supermarkets are available, but that's where I go for my gossip. Oh, you get it all there. Because the tables are so close to each other, you can't help but, you know, listen in. So I'm sat there with my phone. I haven't got my phone here at the moment. So I've got a banana, can play the part of my phone. So I'm sat there, you know, scrolling through my. That does look a bit strange though. Me stroking a banana, doesn't it? Maybe a banana wasn't the best choice. Right. So I'm there with my phone, sort of scrolling through things, and I can hear what's going on over there and behind me as well. Actually, I meant to eat that banana in the break as well, and that never happened. All that talk of steak and kidney pudding. It's made both of us hungry, isn't it? And they are called Babby's Yed up north. Anyway, should we do the must-have tonight? Ho 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 ho. Isn't this? I sounded like one of those monks then in an abbey. Do you know what I mean? Ho ho ho. Well, there you go. If I ever give up all of this, that's what I'll do. Take the vow and go and sing. Monks don't. Do monks take a vow of silence as well, though? Was that just nuns?
Yeah, I think they do.
Do they? The monks do it as well? Oh, well, I couldn't do that then. Chance of me shutting up for more than 10 minutes is very unlikely. There's more chance of me bursting into flames. Anyway. Where were we? Right, where am I? What are you? My name's Derek. Right, good evening, everyone. My name's Derek. Sorry, just to remind myself where I am. That's it, Jewellery Maker. Fantastic. 0800 number. Good. Free to call, which is great. And how about some of the most precious gemstones on this planet? Rubies, emeralds and sapphires. I don't know any other, I seriously do not know any other place, in my personal opinion, where you can buy all three varieties of big 5 gemstones in one strand like this. If you think about it as a retail business, this is madness, because as a business, we would say, right, okay, well, if you want emeralds, we'll show you an emerald strand. If you want sapphires, we'll show you a sapphire strand. And by the way, we'll show you a blue sapphire strand, and then we'll show you some fancy sapphire strands. So one in yellow, one in orange, one in green, one in this, one in that, one in the other. And then rubies, that's a whole separate strand unto itself, isn't it? No. You, here at JM, for some reason I've never really quite fathomed, you get a smorgasbord, a pick and mix of 3 of the big 5 gemstones in so many different varieties. And do you know what? If you channel set those in exactly the way they are right now, in a wirework bracelet or something like that, how many hundreds of pounds worth of look would you have, knowing that you actually have? And of course, for an extra 20, whatever the price of this strand turns out to be, and it's the must-have, so it's here for a reason. But for an extra 25 pence, definitely make sure that you have your authenticity card added to your order. I mean, 25 pence. So that when you make that channel set bracelet design wire work with these beautifully set, you can say, you know what? This is all premium big 5 gemstone. It's nonsense. This is the kind of thing now, and I'm sorry, I've been here for months now, one way or the other, and I still cannot fathom this, because as a commercial business, which we are, apparently we're a business, you wouldn't think so sometimes looking at some of these prices. It's just because we have so many routes into market. I mean, Phil, that is... If these were, you know... and I'm making these names up, but you know the names they give to simulant stones. So if this was Rubiella, or Rubiesque, or Ruby Eek, or whatever, Emeraldella, Sapphiresque, or, you know, do you know what I mean? If these were simulated stones, there'd be nothing wrong with that at all. But this could be a price tag that you pay, even beyond this actually, for simulated gemstones. And I'll tell you partly why, because... And I didn't realise this until I worked for a previous company and was lucky enough to go out to Jaipur and see their gemstone inventory. And I saw huge crystals of simulated gemstones. My mind just nearly exploded on the spot. I'm seeing great big crystals this long and, you know, sort of marker pen thick of simulated crystals. So you still have to cut and facet simulated gemstones. Who knew that? I didn't. You could pay more for simulated stones than you're getting for the real deal here, which is why I say for the extra 25 pence, which is buttons, make sure you get the authenticity card ordered with this as well. What an amazing piece. £17.95. I just love it. I love these opportunities. Gorgeous. Right, moving on. Right, number 1. Parma violets. Parma violets. Oh, sweet. Tube after tube after tube of the darn things. And I didn't really like them, because they sort of tasted a bit like soap, didn't they? But what was your favourite playground sweet, Jill?
I quite like the sherbet fountain.
Oh, do you know, it's funny you say that, because I was just thinking, as you were just about to speak there, like I'm psychically linked to you, I was just thinking of those little, you know, the spaceships filled with sherbet. You used to put them in your mouth, and then the like rice paper would melt, and then you get the sherbety middle. I'm sure they're very bad for you, though. What were you talking about? Sherbet fountains? Is that the one where you have licorice and you lick it and dip it? That kind of thing.
That kind of thing,
That kind of thing. They were really messy, though, weren't they? Because the sherbet powder just went everywhere. It was just icing sugar, wasn't it? And something else in it. Bicarbonate soda or something like that. Something terrible for you, I would imagine. There's probably still kids having them now, isn't there? I do miss licorice, actually. I feel like I haven't had any for a long, long time. Do you know what they call licorice in Holland, Phil? Drop. They call it drop. 17.95. Well, you were fascinated by that, weren't you? He was like, oh, right. Lavender opal, 65 carats of graduated rondelles here. This is opal, Phil. This is opal. Why is it 10.95? Tell me. October birthstone. Oh, now, hang on a second. When is it Friday? September? It is. Friday, it's September. So that means we're only a month away from this birth month. October's birthstone. How stunning is that? Again, let me just show you the different sizes. I mean, they are big, big stones, aren't they? Brilliant. Congratulations. £10.95. Now, we are going to be putting Jill's second kit on pre-order in this hour, just so you know. In fact, we're going to do it right now. Right now. This is a phenomenal kit. It's kit number 2, coming up for 9 o'clock. It's the corsage kit. It's called Seed Bead Corsage. We've got the Miyuki Duracoat Opaque Dyed Movatos, and the Miyuki Delica AB11Os, and the Delica Transparent Raspberry AB11Os, and the Duracoat Galvanized Eggplant, or Aubergine as we know it over here, 11Os, Miyuki Grey Luster 11Os, and you've also got 4 of the Swarovski Smoky Mauve Rivoli Sew-On stones, which are 12mm, and they are such a subtle shade. I don't know if I can maybe just show you those on their own. In fact, actually showing the, yeah, can you see that subtle shade of the mauve? They are delicious. Again, they're pinnacle faceted as well, so the coulee, if you like, comes out at the top rather than going into the centre of the stone as it ordinarily does. That's an amazing kit. Now, the code for this kit is LIGC51, LIGC51, that's LIGC51, and it's available on pre-order right now on the website, and it's going under £30. There's a second part to the kit as well, actually, which is some brand new threading pack, which is crystal fireline and some, well, I'll show you. It's some KO thread. Da, 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 da. So it's your crystal fireline, which we're familiar with seeing, and you've also got 2 spools of the KO beading thread, one in a dark purple and one in a lilac, which is pretty lovely, and it's 50 metres of each as well, so that's going to be a little bundle. What's the code on that one, Phil? VIGC08, VIGC08, and that's the second part of the kit coming up at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Yes, I'd love to. Is it 1? Oh, I love these. Love, 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 love these. If you are a retailer of any description whatsoever, you never really know, other than going to a card shop, I guess. You know, going to somewhere like Smith's or Clinton's or Paper Chase or something like that, and actually buying bags to retail with. Here, you've actually got a gift bag which actually has a base, which I'm just pushing in. They come with bases which stabilise them. They come with the handles in like a navy ribbon, and they also come with a tie that goes through the centre, which allows you to, when you've got your gift in there, allows you to actually, let's see how well Derek Della, whatever I'm called, can do a little bow on there. Now, if I can do it, it means that anybody can do it, because I am rubbish at this kind of thing. Which is why come birthdays and Christmas, all I use is sticky tape. So everything comes well wrapped. When it comes from me, you'll always know when there's a gift coming from me, because it'll take you 3 months to get in it. So you tie your little bow like so. Oh, not bad. Not bad for a boy. What do you think, Jill?
That's not bad.
Out of 10?
It's a good 8.
Bless you. Considering it's a little bit of a generation game project, isn't it, that? Not everyone can do that. Very, very simple. £1.95. See, that's good. Hang on, Phil. Phil. Whoa. Hang on a minute. Usually, when you buy a gift bag like this, it has something stuck on the inside. You know, that has the little hook that hangs it up on the shelf. So normally you have to rip those off, which rips off a bit of the actual paper itself that the bag is made of. And usually it's got a price sticker and a barcode stuck to the bottom of it. And usually something like this in a shop, even if you buy it in a local newsagent, something as luxurious as this kind of packaging, with the handles and the bow, that would be double that price, wouldn't it? If you were, and I'm not knocking any of these retailers, but if you went into Smith's or Clinton's or Paper Chase or Hallmark, or any of those kind of, so I'm not knocking any of them, don't get me wrong at all, but if you know what it's like, you've bought somebody you know, a box of perfume or something, you just need the gift bag for it to go in, and often they don't seal at the top, do they? Often what I end up doing is taping the top together so they can't, you know, see inside it. With this you don't need to, because you've got the bow that you kind of pull together. Actually, the only kind of retailers that give you something like this are those high-end retailers, aren't they? I'm thinking of a well-known fragrance company where you buy the little bun, you know the one, don't you? Where they put everything in, they put the tissue in, and then they put the cord through, and you stand there for a little bit longer, but it's worth it because it's part of the experience, isn't it? That's amazing for £1.95. That's kind of like, I would say, kind of bigger than a clutch bag size as well, actually, size-wise. You've got the dimensions there anyway. But to have the carry handles and the tie-on bow, that's really good. That's not enough, Phil. That's beautiful. Right, let's go in for another skull. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's a rose gold skull. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Leah. My fault entirely. Sorry, Mike. I was just having a little look there. I was looking for the hole. There you go. Look at that. Look at the expression. And it's rose gold plated silver. Please grab it now. How couture is this? How couture is this? Oh, you just love it on a bracelet, wouldn't you? You would love it on a bracelet. That is beautiful. Well, I'm thinking maybe, as well, could you incorporate this maybe into a sort of a monochrome seed bead bracelet, do you think, Jill?
Yeah, definitely, because it's got the big drill hole through it. You can sort of make 2 halves of your bracelet, and then you can bring them down to a point to...
Yeah, to incorporate that. Yeah. I love it, don't you? With the rose gold.
It does look good in the rose gold.
It does, doesn't it? I don't think I've seen this in rose gold, actually. That's beautiful. Katie Reed, Supersonic Katie Reed. She's with me tomorrow on The Late Show. She's got one of these. She's got one of these. Congratulations, Katie. Well done. That's good. Well, you know if the guest designers are buying, you know we've got a good deal on our hands. In terms of the aperture as well, by the way, the through hole there must be, I'm guessing, maybe 2 or 3 millimetres. Possibly 4. I would say 2 or 3 though, to be honest with you. Fabulous, isn't it? The finish on it is wonderful with the rose gold. If I just show you from the back for a second, I mean, that looks just like solid gold, doesn't it? And look at, can you see how reflective it is? You can almost see Leah. How good is that? She's waving at the skull's head. That's clever. I love that. That would be just a keeper. It wouldn't even need to go into a design. At £9.95. Well done, Delia, Janina, Supersonic Katie Reed. Well done. Well done, you. Right. Let's have. Oh. Oh. Don't think I've ever seen this before. This is Mystic Spinel. Gold coloured, so it's given a coating which makes it that lovely, I'd say slightly bronzy gold actually. Almost a little bit pyrite-y. But it's Spinel. It's quite weighty actually. It is quite weighty, but it's very lustrous. Very lustrous. You know, I'm actually thinking a little bit of an alternative maybe to a champagne diamond look. And you could make flowers from these as well, Jill, couldn't you?
Definitely, they're a good petal shape.
They are gorgeous. Not staying that price. Not staying that price whatsoever. Here we go. I think for a drop earring, I think for a drop earring, they're too wet, Mike. Sorry, that was random, wasn't it? Mike was talking about, what were you talking about, Mike? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, he's going to, on the way in tomorrow, Mike's thinking of buying some goodies on the way in from a well-known supermarket tomorrow. So he's going to ask around the whole team later, what everyone, you know, might fancy as goodies. And he said, not steak and kidney puddings. I'm not sure we could deal with a steak and kidney pudding here, though. Because it has to be done in water, doesn't it? It has to be done in a bain-marie, doesn't it? No, because you'll make them go hard and crusty. Otherwise, Mike in the microwave. They have to be done in a bain-marie, I think. What do I know? I'm all right with dumplings. They're all right. You sure it's suet? Is it suet pastry?
Yeah.
So the same things that dumplings are made of is the outside of a steak and kidney pudding? Well, I never. I didn't know that. These would be good for earring drops as well, I think. You know, actually little sort of waterfall drops. You'd have 2 or 3 maybe, grouped together at the end of an earring. Would work quite nicely. And also, if you wanted like a charm bracelet feel, have them suspended from you know, I would suggest a chain maybe. And I think the movement, I think you'd really enjoy the tactility of the movement there, because they're actually quite weighty. They are lovely. £9.95. That's pretty good actually. That's pretty good. Show us what you're halfway through, Jill. What you up to there?
Just making a petal.
Ah, we'll have a little petal.
Petal.
This is from the corsage design, isn't it? That's coming up at 9 o'clock. In fact, actually, I'll show you because we've got 3 different corsage designs, including an orchid. I always think they're so beautiful. Do you know what? I wonder. You know, we were talking about earlier, in the office we were talking about earlier, someone that made chainmail for a film production. Can you imagine, Jill, if you were commissioned to make rose petals from seed beads, you know, for a wedding night scene in a hotel, you know, where on the bed, you know, the couple arrive and the bed's all decorated with rose petals. Imagine if they were seed bead rose petals in brilliant red.
I think I'd go crazy making all of those.
Yeah, that's true. You might need some help.
Yeah, the rose the other week, that was enough.
Yeah.
Just those. I can't remember how many petals in there. There was enough in there.
But if you had your name as in the credit at the end of a film, would that be a thrill? I mean, the money would have to be there, wouldn't it?
It'd have to. Yeah, for me to sit there and make thousands of rose petals.
Yeah. I wonder if you get to keep them at the end. I wonder. Who knows? £9.95. Right. Okay. Let's move on. I don't know why I put that there. It didn't come from there. Let's have some shaded topaz now. Ooh, crikey, Phil. Are these microfaceted? Right. Oh, I don't know how to get you the best view of these because look at how beautiful they are. They look like little diamonds. Oh, beautiful. These are shaded. Oh, look at that. Like little paparazzi flashbulbs going off. That's a wonderful strand. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know what to do with it, but I love it. And at 2x1, these could be replacement substitute seed beads, couldn't they?
Definitely.
Topaz?
There'd be my stamens in my flowers.
Yes.
Around the Swarovski.
Yeah. They are awesome. And you're getting lots and lots of different shades as well. Let me I'll maybe try and double up and show you, just so you get an idea of the different colour shades that you're getting. They are seriously beautiful. You know, sometimes we have strands of natural diamonds. I would put my neck out and go as far to say that I think pound for pound these were going to give you a lot more satisfaction than some of the natural diamond strands that we have. And I know I shouldn't say that at all, but you know what? You've got to say what's in your heart, haven't you? And the micro-faceted rondelles, and the reason for this sparkle is the micro-faceting adds so many extra facets. Ah, no, Phil. Do you know how much work goes into microfaceting any gemstone? That's craziness. And look at the sparkle. Look at those. Get them, grab them quickly, grab them while you can. If you have never worked with topaz like this before, you've got to see just how beautiful it is. Now obviously you're not going to make a whole piece from these, but you're going to make little clusters. Think about what you can do with your seed beads. What you can do with your seed beads, you can do with these to create. And let me tell you, when it comes to diamonds, apart from your engagement ring, I would say, and my advice to anyone ever buying diamond rings is, don't go for solitaires. Go for a solitaire for your engagement ring, but for everything else, go for a cluster of darn good diamonds, because a cluster can give you so much more bang for your buck than the equivalent diamond of its size, because of the quality of the diamond. They are amazing. They're better than some diamonds that I've seen. And you, I'm sure. And you, I'm sure. Right, let's move on. Oh, I think I saw this strand on screen the other day, and watching it from home, I was ultimately fascinated by its kind of ethereal nature. Now, it is picking up a little bit of the colour from around the room, so there is no colour in this strand. It is picking up some of the blues from, I don't know, some of the lighting. There you go. You can see it there. That's a recording. Now that's recorded in a light box that only has white light shining into it, simulating daylight. But look at the entire strand and just how much you're getting here. 100 carats over, what, 20 plus droplets. It's wonderful. They are beautiful, and yes, they would make great centerpieces for wire wrapped rings, you know, as a solitaire. Right, watch the price. This is a who's awake kind of auction, because we are starting to it's just that time on a Saturday night and a bank holiday weekend. It's a very transient weekend. It's the final bank holiday of the year, so we realise a lot of people are toing and froing and probably still stuck in traffic, or they've gone to the caravan for the weekend, or they've gone away, or they're camping or whatever. £7.95. So it's a bit of a you're lucky if you're here kind of opportunity. It's a bit of a PR opportunity, I would say, this one, for the quality of the gemstone. Isn't it amazing? Isn't that beautiful?
They are beautiful gems, those.
And they've just got that real nice sort of ethereal nature to them. I mean, if you just simply restranded that on chain, or created lovely droplets for earrings.
Maybe put some of the, is it the topaz we just had? Was it topaz?
Yeah. Yes, let's bring that into play as well. Why not? Let's put a little bit of that with a little bit of that. And shake it up a little bit. Yeah, you're right. And because you get such amazing sparkle from the topaz as well, they'd be amazing. Ooh, yeah, funny you say that, Phil, as well. Actually, they would make amazing decorations. I have, come Christmas time, I have this big sort of, it's like a wire globe candle holder with little tea light places in it. And instead of putting tea lights in there, on the little stands, I put little polar bears and little crystal decorations and things like that. Something like this would look good in my little Arctic wonderland. That's a nice idea. That's a lovely idea. Oh, I'm so looking forward to, I know it's too early to say it, but I am so looking forward to that time of the year. You know, because it's nearly September. I'm quite looking forward to that. We've had a good summer this year, haven't we? We've had a good, you know, it's not been bad, has it? We've had worse, haven't we? At least we've seen the sunshine this summer, even today. Bank holiday, whoever gets a sunny bank holiday weekend, eh? I mean, you know, okay, Monday's another story, but you know what? Bank holiday Monday without rain is like fish without chips, isn't it, really? Peach moonstone next. Oh, love. I love peach moonstone. And there aren't many locations for peach moonstone either. Big colour for the back end of this year as well. A peach, I know. Good for bridal as well, isn't it, a peach? Pop it in with the white pearls and the peach pearls. It's very soft, it's very forgiving, isn't it? It's very flattering to any skin tone. I like it. Yes, and actually, lots and lots of accessories are in like a lovely sort of neutral or you know, they call them a number of different shades, don't they? This kind of shade. Sometimes they'll call it peach, sometimes they'll call it natural, sometimes they'll call it nude or whatever it might be. That's nice to have that sort of, you know, that like that visual wonder going on, that illumination within each stone. I love it. What do you think? 250 carat strand. It's Saturday night. Remember, Phil and I on together tonight and tomorrow night, and then that's it. We both disappear for at least a week. So this weekend, while the 9-to-5ers are doing whatever they do at the weekend, because they don't come in here, 11.95. This is the kind of thing we're going to do this weekend. Amazing, isn't it? It's been such a busy day today as well. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all. Remember that Jill's second kit is open for pre-order. If you want to go and have a look at it, LIGC51 is the seed bead corsage kit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, again, 5 different tubes of seed beads. There's Swarovski beads in there as well, coming up at 9 o'clock. So if you want to go and have a look at it, it is LIGC51, LIGC51. Do you want to do the thread now? We'll do the thread pack now, which was going to be the second part of the kit, but we're going to do it now because that means you're kind of ahead of the game. So if you look quickly at the second kit contents, you will see that all the seed beads are really in step. The seed bead colours are in step with what we're about to do there because you've got mauves in there, raspberries, aubergine colours coming up in there. So the thread pack that we're about to do keys in with that really beautifully and just gives you some different options. You've got 2 reels, 50-metre spools of your KO thread, one in a dark purple and one in a lilac, and you've got your fireline crystal as well, which is the 50 yards or 45.8 metres, I do believe it is, converted into metres, which is brilliant. And of course, fireline you can use universally for your seed beading projects and other kind of threading projects as well. $14.95, is that it? Wowzers. That really is, because remember these spools, I mean, I know there are the little diddies, but that's 50 metres. That's a lot of thread. That's a lot of thread. And you're using these threads, are you, as well, in the demos?
Yep, definitely using the lilac one. That's what I'm using now. So
yeah.
it goes perfectly with the beads.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant. And is it a strong? What's the comparison between the Fireline and the KO thread?
it's not as strong as the Fireline.
Yeah.
You can snap it quite easily because it is just like a cotton thread.
Yeah.
But it just it feels nice. It feels like proper sewing and weaving because the Fireline can feel quite sort of man-made.
Stringy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like a nice thread.
Yeah.
And also on the edge of your beadwork, if it's the same colour as your beads,
Just
you don't see
blends
it.
in. Yeah. Fabulous. £14.95. That's a nice little bundle, that actually, isn't it? Together for that price tag, because the colours there, I mean, sitting them side by side, it's lovely. Really, really nice colour palette to be working with, and plums and amethyst colours, purples, always very, very popular. Definitely this year, actually. And of course your crystal Fireline, you can never get enough of that, can you? You can never have enough of that. It's one of those things that you've just got to have. Very, very popular. Already very, very popular. They're brilliant. Now, I don't know if you have a look on the website, by the way, if you're seed beading for the first time and you're venturing into these kits and you need needles, you'll have to have a little look on the website. I know we did a triple pack of 4 needles earlier on in the week. Whether they're still available or not is another thing, of size 10 needles. Right, it's time for one of these. How is your Saturday night going then? Here we are, it's 8:30 on a Saturday night. Good Lord, and the nights are drawing in already. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Comfort food time of the year is approaching. Stews and dumplings and, ooh, yum, 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 yum. Big pans of chilli. Lasagna. Ooh, lovely. That time of the year, isn't it? Well, it will be soon. I know we don't want it to be, but we have to hunker down and get ready for it, don't we? Look at these. Oh, I wish I could hibernate. Get me a big cardboard box about October. Fill it full of straw. I'll just sit in the corner, close my eyes and come and get me in March. That's lovely, isn't it? The size of these pieces is you know, it really is, it's what bowls you over. These are brand new as well, by the way. 85 carats of graduated rice beads. Oh, now imagine, you know, mixing these in with your rice pearls, which you could do, but I think you'd be standing alone. Ruby flowers, maybe, Jill, from the shape that they are, because they're a lovely rice bead.
Yeah, they'd be perfect. Anything that's sort of an elongated shape would make a perfect flower.
Yeah. Love them. Something about rubies, aren't there, that they're just so... And again, I don't know about you, but it does drive me mad in the jewellery industry sometimes that pink ruby is kind of acceptable. To me, it isn't at all. If it's not red, to me, it's not a ruby. I have to say, I've never wavered from that, you know. Never wavered from that. Well, when you say the word ruby to yourself, what do you see? What, in your mind's eye, what do you see? You either see a ladybird red, or you see Dorothy's slippers, don't you? You know, that's what you see in your mind's eye. Look at that. Awesome. What are you two talking about slippers for? Oh, ruby, weren't they? They're called ruby slippers, aren't they? Dorothy's slippers are called ruby slippers, aren't they? Oh, okay, right. They need more detail. Phil needs more details. You want to know the carat weight of Dorothy's slippers? Wow. Have you thought about getting out a bit more often, Phil? Yeah, you've got the whole of next week off, Phil. Should we write Phil a list of things that he should be doing? Because you've not got any plans at the moment, have you, Phil? Other than gloating that Kim's going to work and you're not. Hello, Margaret. Congratulations. $11.95. Look at the richness of the colour. Look at that. I love the shapes of them as well. Really, really beautiful. They remind me of, you know, you can buy little, is it little coffee beans that you can buy in chocolate that are this kind of shape, aren't they? You mustn't eat those before bedtime, I've learned. You know what I mean? Because you pop one in and you think, oh, that's quite nice. And 17 later you think, oh, they were very nice. And 3 weeks later you're thinking, why am I still awake? Why can't I sleep? Right, moving on. Congratulations. Right, what's next? Amazonite. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Shall we be transported with all this talk of autumn? Let's delete autumn. Delete. Let's go to the Caribbean for a minute, shall we? Let's go to St. Martin, St. Kitts, Barbados, Falmouth in Jamaica. Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Let's go to the Dominican Republic. All-inclusive week on the beach. Oh, now. Are these little sea beads in between on the strand? That's a bit of all right, isn't it? Added value, because there's a pair of them between each one of these Amazonite. That's an easy, that's an interesting way of setting a strand, isn't it? But look at all of the colour tones there you've got going on. Seafoam greens, Caribbean blues, Paraiba tones going through this as well. Remember Paraiba? Well, actually, between... were my eyes deceiving me there? Can we just have another quick look at the recording, Mike? Because, yeah, some of them have got 3 between them in the recording, and I've got 2 on mine. Anyway, there will be a number of free seed beads included with this strand. The number may vary, but it's all about the Amazonite. They are beautiful. 50 carats, $11.95. What do you think? Nice, isn't it? Just almost glacial tones, aren't they? Oh, just to let you know, Jill's second kit tonight, which is going under £30, which is on pre-order right now, LIGC 51. Of the, we started only with 99, didn't we, Phil? I think of those. Oh, sorry, 101. A third of that number has already been allocated. So you need to know that. Chris says, oh, very good, Chris. Dorothy's ruby slippers consist of 50 carats of diamonds and 4,600 gleaming rubies. Wow. For the film. Does she have real ruby slippers for the film? It might be. It might be. You never know. You never know. Right, box 2. Some blue opal now. Is this Peruvian? Or American? Oh, African. That's beautiful. Look at that. Lovely sort of striations going through some of these stones. Beautiful. Nice, really, really solid tone of... it's like almost ancient mosaic blue, isn't it? And really, really interesting shapes to work with as well. Love it. Very, 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 very nice indeed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15 sizable nuggets here. Yeah, they would actually. You're right, Phil. They would make good cufflinks. They are good size for that, actually, for buttonholes. $10.95. 10.95. Sorry, it just seems really silly because opal is one of the. Remember, we are coming up to, if you make birthstone jewellery, we are coming up to that time of the year as well, because opal's October, isn't it? Opal, yes, October, yes, October. So we're not far away. If you're making pieces for other people, but again, look at how chunky these nuggets are. That's lovely. 0800 644 655 is your telephone number, or you can come in via the web, JewelleryMaker.com. Dorothy's ruby slippers totaled 1,350 carats. Wow. Wow, they must have been expensive. They must have been expensive. Oh, was it, Phil? Was it? No. Was it? No, it wasn't in black and white. Can you imagine? They could have just put anything on there, couldn't they? They could have just gone to the car park and got gravel. Gone, oh, those slippers are so red, Dorothy. How did you get them so red? They were actually just gravel from the car park because it was black and white. Do you know, I'm not sure if I've ever seen that film all the way through. I mean, you always end up tripping into it halfway through, don't you? And someone in the room tuts, don't they? No, not that again. I wonder how many people have seen it all the way through. Because usually you're just flicking around, aren't you? Because Christmas time is the time where you really are like, oh God, there's got to be something to watch, hasn't there? Slippers priced at $3 million. $3 million. I wonder who's got them. I wonder who owns them now.
No wonder the wicked rich wanted them.
Well, exactly, yeah.
They're that expensive.
3 million, yeah. That's a lot of broomsticks. £10.95 for your blue opal. $3 million. Could you part with them if you had them, though?
No.
No. That's the thing, isn't it? Even if you are, you know, really on your uppers, you'd be like, no, I've got to keep those. Because you could only sell them once, can't you?
Would you wear them all the time, or would you keep for best? Like doing your hoovering or something?
I'm not sure if the heels would be a bit high for me, maybe. Yeah, possibly. They'd have to fit, wouldn't they? That would be probably a criteria.
Yes, and be comfy. But
yes.
You could get some insoles to make them comfier.
You could. I can tell you where to get them from as well, in another life. $10.95. You can get gel ones. Well done, congratulations. Right. Yes, do you know what? I just looked at that, Phil. I just looked at that and thought that would make a nice strand to do next. It's pyrite rounds, which, remember the skull that we had earlier in rose gold? We think would go rather nicely in a design with some pyrite. What do you think? Nice, isn't it? I think the rose gold skulls have all gone, by the way, actually. I think they did all sell out earlier, didn't they, Phil? So 6mm rounds of your gorgeous pyrite. And do you know what? It's quite a muted gold, almost a sort of bronzy gold, almost like an antique finish. $5.95. It's such a good addition to your stash. It really is, because it gives you that that depth. You know, if you use oxidized silver charms, then this is a really good bedfellow. Pyrite's beautiful. And actually it's good for gents pieces as well, because you know, you can make a couple of very, very simple stretchies out of this. See, that I would love. In fact, I have a larger hematite round bracelet, which is like a macrame bracelet. You know, like is it Shambhala bracelet? You know, the ones where you sort of pull the beads from either end. Forgive me if that's a brand name. Other bracelets are available. But you know the ones I mean, with like the macrame knots at the back. And that's a bit big for me. I stopped wearing it because the beads were a bit big. and the hanging beads kept knocking on things. But see, that would be just right, but it would have to be a stretch bracelet with no clasp, or, you know, and then I would wear it all the time. It's nice wearing round beads, actually, isn't it? Just nice and soft and easy to interact with, and it's got the fiddle factor. Now you've got to have jewellery with a fiddle factor. You know, if you're in an interview or something like that, or you're nervous, you're waiting at an appointment or whatever, you've just got to have something. Sometimes, you know, like people do say worry beads, don't they? But you know, when you're just having that little bit of
definitely
nervousness,
definitely need something, yeah.
then you've got to have something with a bit of, you know, fiddle. £5.95. Blimey! Tomorrow morning's morning show. It's going to be a goodie. I can see Sam setting up all the goodies for tomorrow morning. You've got a lot going on, let me tell you, in the morning. So make sure you're here. They've as good as gone, actually. They've as good as gone. Yes. Now these are a little bit like, you know, in seed beads that you have the Magatama beads, which have a lovely sort of twist to them. These would key in rather nice with something like that, wouldn't they? Now, are they faceted or are they round? No, they're... Yeah, no, I'm just trying to see on their top edges whether they are... In fact, I'll only be able to see on your shot, really. Let's have a little look. Yeah, no, so they are sort of polished round into that shape, aren't they? They are deliberately shaped with a twist. They're really nice shapes, actually. Good sizes as well. I think these could make good solitaires. Could you kind of matrix these together in some way, Jill, a bit like in seed beading, or are they too big for that kind of thing?
I think you could probably get them to sort of make some sort of spiral.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just think they're a really interesting shape. I mean, actually, there might be spaces for bigger, round, darker amethyst, maybe, just to accentuate them. But I love the way the light kind of rivers around them. And £9.95 does not seem a lot of money at all, considering how many beads there are on this strand, because we are looking at, let's just have a little count up then, shall we? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So high 30s. High 30s on my strand. So that's pretty good. Who has them so far, Phil? Here comes Carolyn Bristol. Now you're a jewellery maker, Derek, we could remodel your Shambhala band, chop it up, and make a stretchy maybe. Do you know what? Why didn't I think of that? Why has it taken you to tell me that, Carol? Good point. Well made. And I don't think I've yet made my first order. So if I make my first order and it's over £4.95, I get one of these, which just inside, I'm going to show you everything in here this time around, but inside here you do get a roll of elastic, because you get the essential beading kit. So I could make that stretchy bracelet completely and utterly, couldn't I? And that's the same for every new customer at the moment. At 5, my mum took me, first time to the cinema, when the house fell on her feet. I screamed so loud they threw us out. Oh, Anne, bless you. I know, but that would have been traumatic as a child, wouldn't it? Does the house land on her foot? I don't really remember
it lands on the witch that owns those ruby shoes, and then Dorothy England steal them.
That's right, yes.
The less romantic version of Wizard of Oz there. But they did, they stole a dead witch's shoes.
Oh, okay. It's quite macabre, isn't it, when you say it like that, isn't it? Never going to look at that dear little Christmas film in the same way ever again. yum, 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 yum. I wondered when it was happened, Phil. I wondered when it would happen. JM's other gemstone. It's the lady of the night. Look at that. It is the black spinel. Oh, I love these. Love, 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 love. Thai black spinel is one of the most delicious gemstones, in my opinion, on this planet. It's amazing. It makes you look at black gemstones in a completely different light. I just love them. Actually, do you know what these would look really, really nice with? If you're going for Jill's second kit tonight, let me just show you the. They're called Smoky Mauve Rivoli crystals. And how nice would they be with the sparkle of black spinel? Smoky mauve. Oh, that's lovely. It just sounds lovely, doesn't it? Smoky mauve. Right, okay. Now, again, we're doing another Who's Awake. We're doing another kind of Who's Awake kind of opportunity here. Because we can almost hear the tumbleweed blowing through tonight. So we are reaching out a little bit further for you. $12.95. Right, if you've never done it before, you know what? It was a year ago that I parted company with another channel selling all jewelry. I can't believe it's a year ago. It's gone so quickly. And back there, I would be selling the equivalent of one of the beads from this strand in a small amount of sterling silver for $9.95. That's fact. I'm not knocking that other channel at all. I was there for 7 years. I'm not knocking it. But just to give you an idea, you know, every one of those stones with a small amount of sterling silver or findings or wire or whatever it may be has the opportunity to pay dividends. It's amazing. Just a quick reminder, we've put it on at the bottom of the screen here. We had a bit of a star buy in our first hour, just in case you missed it, of these rice pearl beads. And we're doing them today at $5.95. $5.95. So you've got $12.95 for your black spinel rondelles, which graduate up. Now 115 carats, just beautifully apportioned in this strand, and then your rice beads details there at the bottom of the screen there at $5.95. Any confusion, you can call us. Of course, you know it's a free call, 0800 644 655. But when you consider that black spinel comes from Thailand, it goes from Thailand and it has to go to I'm guessing here, I don't know this for fact, but I'm guessing it has to then go to another facility to be cut. I don't think we buy it pre-cut. So it has to go, I think, generally to another facility to be cut. And generally those cutting facilities and the expertise generally is in India, in Jaipur. And then the gemstones need to make their journey over to the UK. Now, if you think of just the journeys that the gemstones take, how is it that we are able to, you know, to bring them to your screens at $12.95? I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it, really, if you think about it? Sarah, well done. Catherine, Carolyn, collector in Cumbria, congratulations. We love Cumbria. Gorgeous, gorgeous part of the world. I haven't been to the lakes in ages, actually. Need to go up to the lakes. Just not at the moment. Be quite busy this weekend, I would imagine. Hello, Jane in Cornwall. I'm coming down your way in November, Jane, actually. Sorry, Derek, I love you, really. You might be little, but very nice and very entertaining. Thank you, Jane in Cornwall. I'm coming down your way in November. I'm going to stay near Falmouth-ish for a week in November. Oh, I can't wait. While I celebrate my 29th birthday. Well, when I say 29, there or thereabouts. Actually, it'd be 44. What? Sorry? Beg your pardon? All the fours. Droopy drawers. The kit coming up in just a couple of moments with Jill over half of the kit has sold out and gone. 5 different tubes of seed beads, plus your smoky mauve Swarovski crystals. I'll sort out all those seed beads in the break and get them all in the right place, get them where they need to be. Can't wait. So listen, stay right where you are, stay with us. Any questions for Jill? We're about to go over and see Jill in a couple of minutes' time with the kit and see another fabulous demonstration. She's making petals, 10 to the dozen over there. So we'll be back in about 3 minutes' time with lots more fun for the final hour of the Late Show. Please don't go far. See you after this.
You can watch our Jewellery Maker show every day on our website by clicking the Watch and Buy Online link in the top right-hand corner of our homepage. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Welcome back, my lovelies. It's Jewellery Maker's Late Show on Saturday night. I'm Elton John, and this is Kiki D, and we're going to sing next for you, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Do you do karaoke, Jill, ever?
I did when I was a student.
I'm not going to make you sing on telly, don't worry.
Good.
But if you were doing karaoke, what would be your track du jour?
Oh, no idea.
Oh. We'll have a little think about that.
Not done it for years.
Have you not? Oh, look, I found another seed bead. Everywhere I go, I find seed beads. My next Cerulean pendant will be a wonder, I tell you. Now, second kit tonight, over half the stock sold out already. Let me run through the seed bead list for you. It goes like this. It's all Mayukis, and we've got Duracoat Opaque Dyed Mauve 8Os, Delica Crystal AB 11Os, Delica Transparent Raspberry AB 11Os, Duracoat Galvanised Eggplant, which we know as Aubergine, 11Os, Grey Luster 11Os, and we've got 4 of the Swarovski Smoky Mauve Rivoli. Is it Rivoli or Rivoli? Rivoli. Rivoli, Rivoli, potato, potato. We had all this with Tila on Wednesday. Sew on stones, and you've got 4 of those in that smoky mauve. And you can see in the centre of that piece, which is just delicious, just how they translate. They're amazing. These corsage pieces are incredible. How long does one take, Jill, ish? I know that's how long is a piece of string kind of question, but...
I could probably
That's the
make
chair, by the
sort
way.
of 1 in a day.
Right. Oh, really? That's not too bad, though, is it, actually? That's not too bad at
No.
all. That's very, very good. Oh, sorry, you're looking at... Oh, I grabbed the one you weren't looking at there, sorry. I was going to give it a little wiggle. Let me take my tea away. That's less than attractive. Right. So, we've got the kit contents. It's a good value kit, I can tell you that straight away, because over half of them have already sold out and gone. Oh my word, that's lower than I expected it to be. That wasn't the price we discussed, was it, earlier? I don't know why we have these meetings beforehand at all, Jill. Because I'm sure that wasn't the price that we heard earlier. Anyway, never mind. Never know your luck in a raffle. £24.95. That's awesome. I mean, totally, totally awesome. I've got less than 40 left, and there's around about 20 in baskets. Is there anyone I need to have a little nag at, even though I don't nag, Phil? Let's have a little look. Oh. Right. Viv. Oh, see, now I look at the list. Everyone checks out, Phil. You see? They don't want to be on the naughty step, these people, do they? So they're checking out straight away. The only people I need to speak to now is... Actually, if I wait another 10 seconds, I probably won't need to wait for anyone. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to check out, and then I just... Because Francois there was in the wrong column and needed to check out. But merci beaucoup to you. So, do I need to have a word with... well, I'll go from the one who put it in their basket first, shall I? You know I don't like nagging about these things. Actually, I don't think I need to, Phil. I think I'm all right, actually. I think everyone's checking out of their own accord. Second part of the kit is at the bottom of the screen, by the way, which is your KO thread. There's a spool of that in purple, dark purple, and a spool in lilac. And you've got your crystal fire line there as well. VIGC08 at the bottom of the screen there for $14.95. That's been very, very popular already. So that's the crystal fire line plus the dark purple and the lilac KO thread, 50 metres of each, which Jill is using in the demo we're about to see to make the petals. Is that giving you a tighter petal than the fire line as well, or would it be the same regardless?
I think the fire line gives you a tighter tension.
Right.
But everyone has sort of like their own tension. Yeah. It's like knitting or sewing. It's individual. That
would be worth you considering at home. I'm thinking out loud here. Maybe you haven't used the KO thread before. It's still strong, but it's not going to be as strong as the fire line, which in a seed beading project I don't think necessarily is an issue. You just might have to add a little bit extra security at the right points. But what I'd say is if maybe you've started seed beading with fireline and you do find it a bit cumbersome, you do find it a little bit, because for me its texture, I haven't actually ever handled it to be honest with you, but its texture looks a little bit like dental floss. It is almost that kind of texture, isn't it?
It is a bit like dental floss.
But if you don't get on with the fireline for any reason, and that's maybe putting you off seed beading, then why not try the KO thread? Because it's more of a traditional, it's not quite a cotton sewing thread, is it? It seems to be a bit more structured than that. It seems to hold itself together a bit more than a sewing thread would, almost like it
Your
has
sewing thread's
been
round,
yes,
and that's flat.
Right, okay, yeah. That's good. No, you won't see it actually because it's very, very fine. I don't know if it has its gauge. It doesn't tell you its gauge in thread, does it, usually? Let's see. 100% nylon. No, I don't think it tells you. Unless 330 D-tex means anything. It's beading thread anyway, as opposed to cotton thread.
No, it doesn't say on this one. It's thin anyway.
Yes, it is. You can use a size 10 or 12 needle with it as well. Oh, okay. Just need to have a word with the people who have full baskets. Now, listen, we want to lighten the load of your basket. you know what I mean? We don't want you carrying it around all day. They can get quite heavy. Steph, Wendy, Violet, Collector Joanne, Chris, Margaret, Collector in Hertfordshire, Carolyn Dumfries and Galloway, Marion, Judy in Lancashire, Collector in Norfolk, Janetta, Collector, and Viv in Essex. Not nagging any of you, but at the moment it looks like we've got a sell-out on our hands very, very soon. So I don't want you to miss out. So £24.95. So we are going to see some petal making, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, and you've got a plan for us.
A plan, yes.
Hooray, hooray, hooray. We've got a plan, Stan. Right, let's do it.
Okay, so we'll have a go at doing this one here.
Okay, let me bring this one over. There you go. So we're going to make one of these petals here. So this is not the orchid, this one, is it?
No.
Love it. And I love the way that they do kind of curl just so beautifully like real petals. Wonderful. Really nice. Sorry.
Right, okay, so these petals are all made out of peyote stitch. So here's the plan.
Which always goes on Facebook as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's the plan. I also have a plan for the first flower at the first kit as well. So if you want to have a go at that, that's the plan for the first flower.
Brilliant.
Okay. So when you want to start making petals for flowers, what I would advise you do is go online, get yourself some peyote graph paper, and then get your colouring pencils out and start making a petal shape. So just a heart shape, just like I've done. And then you can make your own individual flowers then.
Okay, so you might have a favourite flower and you want to follow the colours of that? Or...
Yeah. So, yeah, have a go. And then you can make all different patterns in your petals. So, yeah, make it symmetrical as well. So, it'd be like your mandala. When you get all your petals round, it's all symmetrical, like a real flower would be. So when we're peyoting, we generally start right up the middle of the petal. So we'd start there, and then we'd make this half, and then we'd go back and make that half. Peyote is fine decreasing. You can get rid of beads, that's fine. But increasing is an absolute nightmare. Every petal on this flower, I did a little bit differently to find out which is going to be the best way of telling you how to do it. And I've decided that they're all awful, and we're just going to do it the cheat way.
Okay, that's good. That's honest.
I always do the cheat way myself. So
well, exactly. That's what we want to do.
It's easier. So, in order to do the cheat way, we don't do the increasey bit. So what I'll do is I'll just get rid of that off my plan. We don't need that. So now, got a nice straight edge. And we'll worry about those bits after. So we're just going to do our nice petal. We're going to start in the middle, do both sides, and go from there. So we did a bit of peyote starting off in the first demo, the top of the leaf. So I'm not going to do that again because you must have seen it 100 times now. But in order to start off, you've got to just work out how many beads you put on. So you have to work your way up the pattern. So start in the middle, so that would be down at this middle bead at the bottom. And then you need to count up, and you need to sort of step from side to side. So you need this bead, this bead, this bead. So you're zigzagging up. So on this one, I would start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these blue ones. And then you'd have a white one, a blue one, a white one, a blue one. Okay, and then you go zigzagging all the way up, and that's your first row. And then when you're coming down the side to make that half of the petal, you've got sort of 2 rows in place.
Could you as well, if you're a beginner like me, because I can think, oh, now how far have I got? Would you actually mark off on the plan? Could you? When you're absolutely like crawling, taking the first steps, would you go, right, okay, so I've done the first row, so I'd mark off and tick them off like bingo almost?
Yeah, do it in pencil so you can rub it out. And then you can keep using your pattern. Yeah, I've got loads of patterns with marks all over it. Because sometimes you just forget where you are. But yeah.
Because you will come back to it as well. You will leave it and you will come back to it, won't you?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it can take up to an hour to make a petal, so, you know, the doorbell goes. You know, as long as you know where you've left off, that's fine. So So we know how to start it off, and I've got sort of half of a petal already done for us. So we'll just go over some basic peyote with the decreasing, and then I'll show you how you do the top bit.
Coolio.
Okay. So I'll see if I can get this over the paper so we can work along. I'm quite near the end of my pattern, so I know that I'm just using the purple beads now because I've done all the intricate colour bits. That's all down here for us. So your basic peyote is, let me get some of these beads over here. So it's pick up your one bead and then you jump in this gap and then through the next steppy up bead. Okay. I know when I first started learning doing your seed beads, you always used to get a nylon thread like this KO, so this is generally what you would use anyway for this sort of beading.
Yeah.
If you started putting Swarovski crystals and things like that in there, I would probably then use my fire line because the crystals can cut through this.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is fine for entirely seed bead.
Yeah, perfect for it.
And if you're adding anything else, use the fire line to add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm at the top of this row and it's a nice even count peyote, so we can just pick up a bead and then just come back down. We don't have to do anything faffy. So just start by coming back down. So it's just putting a bead in every single gap. Oh, thread's getting caught.
Ooh, just a quick update on numbers of kits. 15 remaining. I still have a fair few in baskets at the moment. It's amazing how many people are adopting seed beading as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different to sort of, you know, using your gemstone jewellery.
Yeah.
and
But
why
I
work.
do think as well with seed beading, once you get the methods and you pick up the various methods from the various designers and you know their inspiration, and you use that as a mixing bowl almost, don't you? And you might take your petal inspiration from Jill, and you might take another inspiration from Mark and another inspiration from someone else, and put all of those ideas into a melting pot, and then you know away you go. I just think it's like a really lovely journey, and you can go off in so many different directions, can't you? Because you can break any
Absolutely.
rules you like. There aren't any hard and fast rules here, are there?
No.
You can just go,
and then there's
go wherever
always
you want.
lots more stitches being invented or
Yeah.
accidentally found. I think I've probably accidentally found a lot of stitches, but haven't written them down. So now I'm at the end of this row, and we need to turn around to go back up, but I don't have any beads down here to turn around with. So what I do is I take my needle, and then you need to come up through your beadwork to the left hand side of a thread. And what that'll do is it'll loop your working thread around that and anchor it in.
Ah, okay, right.
So what you can do is then, if you just pop up those two end beads, that thread is anchored, so when you pull it, it should just stay where it's supposed to be. And you've turned round, so then you can just do that row. I've just unthreaded my needle doing that. This is so easy to thread as well. This
Oh, is it?
It's so fine, yeah. It's
Oh,
one
and
of
because
the,
this is flat as opposed
Yeah.
to round, because you know what you like with round cotton, unless you've got a needle threader, you're there
Yeah.
going, licking it and biting it and you're trying everything to wrestle it in. Yeah, we've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah. So this is the last row, so there's just 3 beads left in this one. So this is right at the end of our petal. Okay, so now I'm up at the top. I now need to think about this bit that I've folded off on my design. Okay.
Right, we're just going to come back to that in a second.
Yep.
Just got to... There's that camera on a pole above our heads, which is very difficult to move around. There you go.
Okay, so the good thing about peyote stitch is if you turn it the other way around, it becomes brick stitch, which is a lot easier to do increases and decreases in. So what we're going to do in order to do these top rows is we're just going to switch to a different stitch.
And nobody will be any the wiser.
Nope, nobody will know. I do this all the time because it really is really complicated, and you can get really annoyed with yourself because your threads are going everywhere, it's getting in a knot.
Yeah.
So to start with our brick stitch, because we're coming out of the top already, so we need to do a decrease stitch because it's coming in. Now, the first stitch of your brick stitch always starts off with 2 beads. So I've got 2 of my beads on there. And then because we are decreasing, I need to, there's little bridges of thread going through the top of the beads. So you need to come along to the second bridge of thread. If we were increasing, we'd go in the first one, but we're decreasing, so we're going to hook underneath that little bridge of thread.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And then if you take your needle and then just go up through that bead that's on top, and then those beads will sit in place, and it will follow your peyote pattern. Your first decrease stitch always is a bit sort of, it doesn't sit properly, this first bead, it flops around. So we can just anchor that down. So if you take your needle and then go down through that bead that's not sitting properly, and then just come back up through that second bead. And what that'll do is it'll just anchor it in place and it sits properly.
And brings you back out on top.
Yeah, it brings you back out on top for your next one. So this one is just 1 bead now. And then we just come across to the next little bridge of thread, just hook underneath that, and then up through that bead you've just put on. Okay, so this is just 6 beads that we need to do. So I will quickly add on my 6 beads, so that's 4. But all you do is just hook under the thread and then up through the bead. And it just looks the same as all the rest of the stitching, but
you just never know.
You never know.
Oh, you've just given away one of the tricks of the trade there.
It took me
That's good,
years
though.
to figure this out.
Did it?
Yeah.
And you see, and you've just given that to us for free.
I know, I just went, it's so simple. I can't believe I've not noticed this before.
Done it before. There are only 10 kits remaining, by the way. And that's out of a grand total of 101 tonight. Just saying thank you, Jill, for leaving the fiddly bits out. Superb tip. It's amazing.
Just forget about them and do them later.
That's the brilliant thing about, because I do know, and I am very conscious when I'm here as well, as a viewer, and I talk to Colin about this all the time. As a viewer, you can think, if seed beading isn't your thing, you can think, oh, here we go, another seed beading demonstration. But no 2 are the same. No 2 are ever the same. Who'd have known that it was a Saturday night in August where we found out how to get around something like that? It's brilliant. It's going to help so many people.
I did a dragon's face once, and all the edges are all twiddly, and I was like, oh, how am I going to do that? And it was then when I found this out, and I was like, it was getting to the point where I thought, I can't do this. This is just too complicated.
And that's going to get you there a lot quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot more enjoyable as well, because you can make your basic shape and go for it, big basic shape, and then go, right,
do the
here's the fun bits.
Yeah. So we've got to come back this way to add this top row on, but on my plan, that first bead is not in the middle of those 2 beads, so we're going to have to sort of come across a little bit.
Yeah.
So basically, just start weaving through your beadwork. So just any old how, just come down and around, just so if you're following sort of old thread paths, you won't see the thread, and because the thread's the same colour, you're not going to see it. So just keep weaving around until your thread comes out the bead that you want it to come out of.
Yeah.
And then
add those 4.
Yeah. So you pick up your 2, and because it's a decrease, we are coming to the second bridge, and then up through that second bead. Okay. Remember to anchor down that first bead
Yeah.
because it doesn't sit properly, but we'll just put these last ones on, and then that's half of our petal done. And then you would just start again from the middle of your design and do the other half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that, as well, is that helping the curl, or would that make no difference to it anyway? But is the change in stitch actually helping to hold the curl? Because naturally your seed beading would sit. If you did the whole thing together, would it not sit a little flatter?
It doesn't tend to go flat. I think
Right.
it's with your tension, when you're pulling it, it tends to curl it in. And brick stitch does have a bit of a curl to it.
Because it's giving it a real texture that you maybe don't always see on petals. I like that. I like that. It's a lovely design.
Right, so now, once you've made all your petals, we've got to stick them together.
Okay.
Okay, so we just come down here. Okay, so we join them up by using a square stitch. Okay, so you need to get your thread and exit out of the bottom of a petal. Okay, so I'll come and I'll exit out of this bottom edge here. And then you need to marry it up to your next petal. So I'm going to come up through that first bead on the next petal. Okay, and then you just need to support that stitch. So if I hold it like that, then just go back round again. Okay, so down through that first bead that you came out of, and then up through that on the other petal. And then if you go up to the next seed bead and do the same again. So you're just making little squares between the seed beads that match each other. So that's the second bead up on this side. So we're going to go down the second bead up on this other petal.
Do you know what that looks like from that angle? With the way we're looking at it right now, or could almost be like butterfly or moth wings.
It could
as
be,
well,
yeah.
couldn't it?
Yeah.
You could add a body to the middle of that, couldn't you, if you wanted to make an animal? Sorry, sometimes I shouldn't think out loud, because you're making beautiful petals. There's me turning them
I've got a butterfly, haven't I?
into all sorts. Yes, you have.
I've got a butterfly.
You have.
If it comes out.
Jill has a beautiful hairpiece, which she's about to
So yeah,
show you.
your butterflies are made exactly the same.
Oh, yeah. Very, very similar. Do you want to look at it, Leah? There you go. There you go.
So you'd make each wing just like you do the petals. So you'd peyote most of it and then brick stitch around the edge.
Yeah.
And and then just
That is
then you
so
can use
stunning.
gemstones to make your body.
Yeah.
And if you struggle sewing it together, just glue it.
Yeah.
Just glue them onto the back of the gemstone.
That's amazing. That looks like a priceless piece, doesn't it? Like a museum piece. Oh, you've even got a little hummingbird charm in it as well. That's amazing. How many kits, sorry? We are in single figures for the kits now, by the way. So please make sure that you are checking out as quickly as you possibly can. Janetta Collector, Julie Lancashire, Marion, Carol, Margaret, Chris, Joanne, Violet, Wendy, Steph, Carolyn, Elizabeth in Lancashire as well. We need to be checking out, guys, I'm afraid. Because this is such an amazing kit as well. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different seed beads. Should we have a little look through the selection of the seed beads you get in this kit again, just to remind you, because they are superb. I'll just take you through them because they are very, very good. So they're all Miyukis. You've got the Duracoat Opaque Dyed Mauve 8-Os, the Delica Crystal AB 11-Os, the Delica Transparent Raspberry AB 11-Os, the Duracoat Galvanized Eggplant 11-Os, which are really, really beautiful. I think they're those dark ones that are coming towards you now. Miyuki Grey Luster, which again are superb. You see those at the back, the 11-Os. And you get 4 of those Swarovski Smoky Mauve Rivoli or Rivoli sew-on stones as well, which is beautiful for the centre of flowers. I mean, they're incredible because they are pinnacle faceted. So usually with a gemstone, the pinnacle is at the bottom, isn't it? With this one, the pinnacle is at the top of the gemstone, but they've got the drill holes on the side. So normally with the gemstone, the point is, you know, at the bottom, isn't it? Which is probably a little more difficult to incorporate into seed bead projects without, you know, allowing for that depth. Whereas this has a pinnacle facet on it, so it's a bit more like a cabochon, almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, last 4 kits, by the way, just so that you know.
Right.
So we're doing our square stitch,
We're
aren't we?
doing our square stitch, and then it's up to you how far up the petals you go. On my one, I have come all the way up to where the grey beads end, but you can come higher up. Depends on how floppy you want the petals to be.
Oh, okay.
I think I originally started by just using the little the delicate beads at the bottom and joining them up, but I thought, no, it needs a little bit more support, so I carried on up. So once you've done all that and you've got your 5 or 6 petals all connected in your circle, you need something for the middle. What you can do is you can do a bezel around your rivoli there. If you're not very good at that, these are brilliant because they've got little holes in the side, so you can just sew it on. So that's what I've done there.
Yeah.
And it covers up the middle quite nicely.
And that looks really effective, doesn't it, actually? So you can give it a seed bead bezel.
I think that one there's got a seed bead bezel on it.
Yeah.
That one.
Let me show you this one. It's on this strange hand. I don't want to get too close to this hand. It's most strange. It reminds me of filming with a reindeer, and I nearly had my eye poked out. Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it?
So if you're not feeling confident enough to do that, just sew it on. It's brilliant, and it looks just as effective.
It does, it looks gorgeous. It was for a Christmas promo film. That's what it was. I was filming with a real reindeer, yeah. And you know what? They've got antlers which go off in different directions, and my job was to hold the reindeer and then take it to a sleigh for other people to bill and coo at, and it decided to move its head. And I had an antler right up in my eye socket.
Ooh.
And that was at the start of the promo. So we're having to then cover it up with all sorts because it's bleeding like crazy, while I'm then miming away to a Christmas tune. That was great fun. Anyway, right, okay, second part of this kit, remember, is the thread pack. So it's the crystal fireline, and it's the KO thread, the 2 spools of the KO thread, the thread, should I say. They're 50-metre spools. One is in a lilac and one is in a deep purple, dark purple, $14.95. Stunning, stunning designs, Jill, love them. I have to agree completely and utterly, particularly this orchid, which I just think is stunning. It's really, really stunning. Look at that. Love it. Now, I'm going to recap for you, because I have it just over here, the first kit tonight, because we do have a little bit of availability of our first kit of tonight. If you want the code, by the way, it's TZGC46. Blushing Bride. Again, lots and lots of seed beads here. It's Maoki Pearl Ceylon 8Os, White Pearl 11Os Delicas, Light Peach Luster 11Os. You've got Matte Opaque White 11Os. You've got Maoki White Pearl 15Os. It's got the silver plated magnet clasp with the connectors, which are just beautiful. You've got 3 Swarovski rhodium plated rondelle bars. You've got 3 Swarovski Rivoli Sew-On Crystal AB, which are brilliant. And you've got also a strand of white freshwater pearl rice beads, which is fabulous. Really is amazing. Really is beautiful. Let me show you the kit, which is here. I got it here. So you've got the rice beads there as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different seed bead types, plus the Rivoli Swarovskis, plus the Swarovski rondelle bars, and let me show you this, because this is a little piece of genius. it's the little magnetic clasp. Now I know everyone is always hankering after magnetic clasps because they are just, you know, completely and utterly universal. And I know we struggle to get them in stock and we struggle to keep them in stock as well. So if you want the details for that, TZGC 46 at £26.95, which is brilliant. Jill, thank you so much. Again, it's inspiring every time. Every single time. Because even as a presenter, you kind of think, okay, am I going to get something new from this? And you do. Every single time you pick up something else, don't you? And every single time you see a seed bead demonstration, I think you get that step closer. And if you already seed bead, I've just got to show you again this beautiful work of art, which is, it sort of combines lots, and I guess you've done most of these projects along the way with us as well, haven't you? I know you've done the fuchsias. I remember watching the fuchsias, which were beautiful.
Flowers. I have done these little roses at some point.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And look, there's even a little hummingbird up there as well. I love the fact you've incorporated that, and lots of Swarovski beads, and I mean, that just shows your love of this medium. It's incredible. That feels like it's a museum piece. I love it. Thank you, Jill. Right, got to go over there now. Got to take the chair and everything because it's time for one of these. Oh my crikey, O'Reilly and his wife Maureen. These are delumptious. If you have either of our kits tonight, I think you'll want to consider adding this strand of rice pearls. And I don't mean little rice beads, I mean huge statement. Oh, crikey, look at those. One single one as a pendant. One single one as an earring drop. I don't think I've seen this size for a long time, I have to say. 10 by 12s to 10 by 15. 10 by 15. I mean, that's a lot of years you've got to wait for a pearl that comes out that size, let me tell you. So there aren't many of them around. This is an opportunity. In fact, if I just across the room, just quickly, look, just quickly, well, I was going to say maybe across the room, because I mean, if you see the size from there, look, and I know that I realise how ridiculous this looks on a fella, but look, it's not going to be a new look for the fellas, Mike, I'm thinking. Right, I think these should be we should be pricing these in the 40s to the 60s, but £17.95. Only for you tonight though. Natural pearls, real pearls, brand new. How many do we have? Right, 99. That's it, 99 available. So if you've been looking for sizable pearls, again, just scale them on my hand, just so that you can see the kind, yeah. I mean, even put side by side, remember the very first star buy that we did, the rice pearls that we took at £6.95 this evening, that's the difference in size. We're talking almost, well, double, treble, visually. That's incredible. If you want this strand, by the way, I do think there are still one or two available. So again, they are rice pearls. I think they're 6 by 7, I think. If 5 by 7 up to 6 by 8. And they are VADP26 if you want them. In fact, Phil's going to put Phil's going to put the details on the bottom of the screen for you, which is very easy for me to say. VADP26. So that's the one at the bottom of the screen there. This one is the one at £17.95. So that's the small ones. That's the details at the bottom of the screen there. £5.95, not even £6.95. I've still got £6.95 written down, Phil. That's the price we should have done for these. And we did them at £5.95. So I'll leave those details down there. And this strand here, of which you are talking about. Now let's think about pairs of earrings for a second. 1, 2, Oh, no, I always do this wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we could do 8, 16, if we could do 15 pairs of earrings, at let's do a silly price. Let's do like an almost giveaway price. Let's do like a £5 pair of earrings as an incentive for people to come and visit you at your craft fair. 15 times 5 is 75-ish. Yes. So £75 worth of revenue in something that draws people in to your display. £75 minus your cost price. So that's good. That's a good little margin. Yes, of course you need your findings and bits and pieces, but look at what Julie said there, Jill. Completely and utterly astonishing, beautiful, Jill. Your work always leaves me speechless. Such a talented lady. It's true as well. You don't even realise how talented you are either, do you? I really think you are. You just don't. I honestly, I always look at your work and I think, because to you it's a love and a passion, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And so you don't necessarily appreciate its absolute wow factor. Seriously, to see that on TV as well. Incredible. Incredible. Right. Is there a sting for that? Is there? Marvellous. Here's another sting, folks. There's a lot going on in this deal of the day. Now, usually on a deal of the day, usually at 11 o'clock, sold out completely and utterly and gone. Who was on this morning? Oh, it was Elle this morning, wasn't it? Elle this morning, and then Zena did a recap this afternoon, and I just thought, well, there's never any chance of us seeing the deal of the day, usually on the Late Show, usually long since sold out and gone, but there is some stock remaining. This is like a bumper deal of the day because you are getting 2 big strands of natural multicolour pearls here, and we even counted these strands, and there were 68 pearls on one and 69 on the other. You're getting lots and lots of 925 sterling silver spaces. You're getting these wonderful curved tube spaces. You're getting 10 of those. In fact, let me get a fish one out and show you, because they are gorgeous. In fact, I've got 2. There you go. So they're big. They've got squared ends, but they're actually round and twisted. So you're getting 10 of those. You're getting 10 of these silver ribbed beads, which are almost like mini, you know that famous orange that comes into segments at Christmas time? It's almost like a silver version of that. And then, so that's 4mm, and you're also getting a quantity of the 6mm ones there as well. So they're like bigger citrus fruits that come served up in chocolate at Christmas time. Do you know what I mean? And obviously they've got quite a big drill hole through them as well, which I'll try and show you. There you go. So you get your 1mm through there, no problem whatsoever, I should imagine. Plus the pearls. Just perfect for bridal, isn't it? Do you know, I don't know the price this goes to at all, because it's technically it's never really sort of scheduled into the... It is scheduled into the Late Show, but we so rarely see it that, to be honest with you, you kind of just really look at it. In the silver, you've got 10.2 grams. Just in the silver findings here. Here is some jewellery made by our in-house designers. So it's a nice way of using some of the spacer beads and the tubes there, and of course the pearls in a necklace. Similar kind of thing in the bracelet as well, but I think they've put a pearl in the middle. They put a pearl in the middle. That's a nice way of using those findings. And even the earrings, they're really, really sweet. Just using one of the twisted bars and a pearl at the bottom, a spacer and a pearl at the bottom, just onto a shepherd's hook finding. Really, really effective. So, oh, no. No. That's a brilliant deal of the day, because that's less than £20 per strand of pearls, and you know, we've even counted the pearls on these strands on our sample. 68 on one, 69 on the other. plus, how much silver did you say, Phil? 10.2 grams of silver findings. It's like they're coming along for the ride, isn't it? Wow, if you were out this morning and you missed out on the deal of the day or seeing the deal of the day, how much have we got remaining, Phil? There are less than 100 chances for you to take advantage. If you think about it, yeah, I mean, that's quite right. A strand this length, because this is, you know, beyond an average length for a pearl strand, especially when you have all three natural shades there as well. So 19.95 or so for each strand of pearl. And then in terms of your findings, you know, that might be 8 or 9.95 on its own. The smaller ones might be another 7 or 8.95 on their own. The larger ribbed beads there, with those being 6mm silver ribbed beads, that's definitely a 9 to 12 kind of price bracket, isn't it? So it's like all of those are just a bonus for you when you buy the pearls. That's awesome, isn't it? 39.95. Beautiful. Well done. Congratulations. Lots and lots of people taking up that offer today, and now less than 100 spaces for you to do that. Well done. Right, okay, now lots of people, since I just showed them with the big rice pearls, have been asking about the smaller rice pearls, so I'm bringing those back for a little bit of a recap for you. Here they are. They are, again, I still have them on my sheet as $6.95, the price we should have taken them to. In fact, I'm just going to pop that down there for a second, Mike, because you know what, I'm going to break some protocol for a second. I'm going to show you Phil's star buy schedule. Look, only the top line. I'm just going to show you the top line. I don't think I'm breaking any confidences there. There's the code that you're seeing on your screen right now. $6.95 times 150. But we didn't do that. We went renegade on this one at $5.95. So everyone, you know, it's a pound, but when the price is only $6.95 to start with, a pound makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of difference to our bottom line. You know, we do have to keep these lights on in the studio one way or the other. We've got to keep us in tea bags as well. We've got 39 of these that are sitting in baskets though, so what I would say to you is check them out as quickly as you possibly can. People are checking out now as well, brilliant. Still got a few people who need to do that. Mary, 2 of these on the way to you. Collector in Gloucester, Sheila, Kay, Joe in Cornwall, hello. Sharon in Renfrewshire, Brian in West Yorkshire, congratulations. Yasmin's joined us in the West Midlands, Helen in Devon, Terry in Bedfordshire, so many names. Names. Congratulations everyone, because this is such a ridiculous buy for $5.95. You know, you know when you go to a show and you want to buy even the smallest of rice pearls, even smaller than these, to be honest with you, you know the kind of price tags you're being asked to pay. And if you see finished jewellery, which generally just has some metal findings on the end, they may even just be base metal findings, which is fine. But the retail prices in stores for even a fully made up necklace, which will still be strung, it'll only be the back of the necklace that has actually any metal elements to it. And that might be what, 4 times this price, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times this price? And again, you know, I don't hyperbolize. You know, I see the variant prices you can pay for pearl pieces out on the high street. And you could be making all of this. You can be making all of this and just sitting comfortably between your cost price and the price you see on the high street and have many, many very, very happy customers who come back to you again and again and again and again and again. $5.95. Brilliant. Right, okay. It is time for one of these. Phil's been keeping this from me all evening. How often do you see this gemstone? How often do you see this gemstone in this colour? So often when you see kyanite, you see straight through it. It's almost, you know, there's a hint of blue there. There's a little, you know, it's generally more clear than anything else. Look at the strength of that colour. It's a wonderful, wonderful stone. So rare and usable. Comes all the way from the roof of the world in the Himalayas. Usually these strands come in at somewhere between the 70 to triple figures kind of price block. Today, you get to run off with the prize. This is, you know, again, watch tonight and tomorrow night on the Late Show. We're going to be sneaking in a few curveballs like this, because Phil and I are only here for the weekend, and then that's it. We're both off next week, so we can commit a few little cardinal sins and then run off. They are delicious. I mean, actually, you very rarely see this gemstone with that strength of colour, even in finished jewellery. It's usually very, very much paler. In terms of the stones, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think I'm counting here. So you're looking at less than £2 per gemstone. £26.95. When we've seen these kind of strands before, often it's been sort of varying quality through the strand in terms of the strength of the colour, and a much, much steeper price point. It's a gorgeous colour, Jill, as well, isn't it? And people, you know why people love this, because of its similarity to tanzanite in a lot of ways.
I know, before the name came up, I was trying to work out what it was. I thought, it's not quite tanzanite, it's not quite a sapphire, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a stunning, stunning gemstone. And it's also, it's one of those that displays, you know, a couple of different tones as well.
And it's a proper blue.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Tanzanite's not a proper blue.
No.
It's a purple.
No, because it has the two other colours, elements in it, doesn't it? Yes, you're right.
But that is
But
definitely blue.
Yeah, and this is play acrylic, but both of the two colours are blue. Whereas you're right, with tanzanite being triacrylic, it's blue and purple, and we've only ever had availability of 63 of these strands, and we have the last 25 available, and we have a remarkable price tag. Should I just put that across the hand for a second, because then you get a little bit of scaling as well. You get a little bit of a true impression of the size of the stones, but you'll still see the absolute strength of the colour. I mean, look at those. They are mesmerising blues, aren't they? They are mesmerising blues. If that was tanzanite, you'd be saying straight away, in at least that bunch of 5 to 8 stones in the centre there, you'd be saying you had a AAA stone on your hands, wouldn't you? In terms of its strength of colour.
And of course, it's your something blue for your wedding.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you only need one, because it's so vivid, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You're so right. Congratulations, Gabby, you've just nipped in there to get yours. Congratulations, well done. Yes, I do. Let's stick with something blue now. We have some blue labradorite. You just don't want to stay there, do you? There you go. This is really interesting. I love, actually, you know I'm quite a purist when it comes to gemstones and treatments, but I approve of this one. I approve. I like it. I like it. Blue labradorite. So you're getting all of that gorgeous labradorescence. And they've simply dyed it to this wonderful, rich. A little indicolite-y, don't you think? Have you heard of indicolite tourmaline? Which is second only in the tourmaline family in rarity to the Paraiba. It has this wonderful deep sort of fountain pen ink blue. Beautiful, aren't they? And graduating up into big carat weights there as well. 95 carats across the strand. That's $11.95. It's $11.95. Right, now we've got a few to get through before we hit the top of the hour. Oh, it's the last hour, isn't it? Oh no! It's the last hour, Jill. How quick has that gone tonight?
10 more minutes left.
It feels like we only just walked in
I know.
10 minutes ago, doesn't it?
It's gone really quickly, hasn't it?
Again. Amber. I wonder if they could ever work with amber to make seed beads from it, Jill. They'd be quite magical, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, woven all together.
Yeah.
Nice. They'd make a lovely flower.
Yeah. Be quite pricey, I would imagine, though, wouldn't it, compared to the price of seed beads? Hello, 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 hello. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry, don't do that often. Hello, $8.95. That's a big piece of amber. Get to and make earrings. Get to and make earrings. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that noise. I'm sorry, I know that's quite irritating. I would only do it very, very sparingly. Because we are friends. $8.95, that's brilliant. Rosalind, well done. Like a lovely honey droplet. That is delicious. There's a lot of silver on that as well. There's got to be a good 1.5 grams, 2 grams of silver on that. That's so, so generous for $8.95. I mean, that should just be for the silver or the amber, one or the other. Well, not even really in terms of the amber, for the prices it sells for. Genuine Baltic amber from Poland. Love it. Right. Oh, is that it? Are we done? We done? No. Do you know, I didn't even get to eat my banana. It's still there, Jill. Still there. Just a handful of the first kit still remaining, which is Blushing Bride. We've got how many in baskets? 50? 50? Quick, 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 quick. If you've got this in your basket right now, please make sure that you check it out. Thank you, my darling. Andrea Ilva, collector in Essex, Jeanette in Gloucestershire, Violet in Greater Manchester, Vanessa in Essex, Carolyn in County Londonderry. What about you, Carolyn? Please make sure that you check out your baskets. It's an amazing kit for the price tag at $26.95. We are out of time, aren't we? I can't believe it already. Jill, when are you back with us?
Next weekend.
Oh, goody goody. Saturday, Sunday?
I think it's Sunday, mid-show.
Sunday mid-show next week. And the theming will be... What?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, seed beads though.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Floral?
Maybe not.
Oh.
Don't know, depends.
Ooh, it's so hard to get gossip out of this girl. Anyway, we will find out. Anyway, I'm going to put the details of the brand new threads at the bottom of your screen as well. Here they are, VIGC08. That's the Crystal Wildfire. Wildfire? Fireline? One of those.
Fireline.
Fireline. I knew it was one of those. And your KO thread, 50 metres each of the deep purple, and the lilac at £14.95. Derek, take the stress away. Take your own pre-derricked and give them a label. Take your own pre-derricked. Oh, I get it, yes.
Coffee.
Yes, 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 yes. That's what I need to do. Yes, you're right. It would save me a fortune as well, wouldn't it? It'd save me £2.90 a cup, wouldn't it? I could just take my own name. Yes, my own cup with my own name. In fact, they do like a plastic cup which is like a reusable cup, like a lot of coffee shops do. And I could actually permanently, in permanent pen, I could put my name in there, couldn't I? Although that, I'd have nothing to moan about though, would I? You know, most of the reason, you know, I keep going back is, you know, partly for that, I think. Gives me something to grumble about. Phil's saying they do it on purpose. Oh, so you post it on social media. I used to. Anyway, if you want to see the jewellery from tonight, it is going on Facebook shortly. If it's first thing in the morning, by the way, on Sunday morning, because we'll be on again on Sunday morning, so we'll also be up first thing in the morning. Have a great morning show, won't you? I will see you on Sunday's late show at 6 p.m. and Jill will see you next Sunday on the mid show.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your company as well. I can't believe it all goes so quickly from the whole team and us too. See you soon. Bye-bye.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display